Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to day number 2 of the 2024 BCSSA Provincial Championships here from the UBC Aquatic Centre on the University of British Columbia grounds. My name is Glenn Nausick. I'm happy to be bringing to you the live stream play-by-play for day number 2 again, as I have for, several years now. Happy to be joined by Ryan Sinden. He's going to be doing a little color commentary along with me. He was part of the in-pool announcing crew this morning, and he's going to give this a go, and so you guys don't get too bored of my voice through the course of the day and through the course of the weekend. There's a different voice is going to be brought into the broadcast. So Ryan, welcome to the team.
Thank you very much, Glenn. Good to be here, and we'll give them a break, but I'm sure they'll want that break over very quickly.
Well, Ryan has a Div 1 swimmer, so he's new to the BCSSA games, so we'll see what sort of input he can give here, but it's really exciting to have another body up here and another person involved in the live stream. We've just handed out some awards here during our intermission break. We have our timers in place, waiting for the officials to get in. Our swimmers are in marshalling right now, waiting for them to come out to the pool deck and be brought out. Our first event will be event 201. It's the Girls Division 1 50-meter butterfly. A reminder that as we go into finals here, we do our consolation final first, followed by our medal rounds, and that is for the junior swimmers, divisions 1 through 4. Once we move on to division 5, the medal race will be the first of 2 races for each event, so because the senior swimmers are self-marshalling. So we will come back to you when we see our swimmers come out.
Put me on.
All right, so we've got the scoreboard ready to go. We had a little bit of finagling with that. There's always a delay. It's not a swim meet unless there's a bit of a delay. I don't think I've ever been to one without at least something slowing us down just a little bit. We're only 10 minutes behind, so that's not too bad. Welcome again, everybody, to day number 2, the 2024 Provincial Championships for the BCSSA here at the UBC Aquatic Center at UBC. My name again, Glenn Nazarick. I'm happy to be back again with you, bringing you the broadcast along with Ryan Sinden, providing some color commentary here and maybe a few dad jokes left, right, and center here. We always like to have those. Everybody's got time for a dad joke. Welcome aboard, Ryan.
Thanks a lot. Happy to be here.
Excellent. So our first group of swimmers has come partially in from the marshalling area. It's outdoors, and there's a couple different stages that the swimmers come into the pool. If you're not sure what the viewpoint is right now, but they're just beyond lane number 1. For everybody's information, on the screen, the top of your screen will be lane number 1, moving down towards lane number 8 at the bottom of your screen. There are 2 extra lanes at this pool. Lane 0 right beside lane number 1, and then lane 9 at the bottom of the pool beside lane 8. These are empty lanes. The empty lanes help provide a little bit of water dispersal so the swimmers aren't fighting against the waves bouncing off the side of the pool. All right, we've got our first race going to get whistled up to the blocks here momentarily. The officials are in place. The swimmers are coming up. They're being brought up to the blocks. Our first race will be event number 201. It's the girls of Division 1, swimming 50-meter butterfly. This will be the B final, the consolation final. In lane number 1 will be Mila Rajora from the Poco Marlins. Lane 2, Arlene Pan of the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 3, Melanie Clements of the Mission Marlins. Lane 4 is Daniela Lee from the Vancouver Vikings. Lane number 5 is Bay Smith from Chilliwack. Lane number 6, Napara Smith from Cowichan Valley Breakers. Lane 7, Soraya Akami from Coquitlam. And lane number 8 will be Charlotte Jung from the Squamish Pirates. Swimmers are getting ready to be whistled up here. Hopefully they'll be all quiet in the pool so we can get this meet underway. About 13 minutes late, not too bad at all. And we are underway, and our first race is a clean start. Day number 2 is in the water for the finals. Off with a quick jump is our top seed for this race. That's Daniela Lee from the Vancouver Vikings. On her hip pocket, in her left hip pocket in lane number 5, that is Bay Smith from Chilliwack. She is also being chased by lane number 3. Lane 3 is Melanie Clements, but a strong outside smoke in lane number 1. That is Mila Rajora from the Poco Marlins. She has our lead right now. She is trying to overtake Daniela Lee in lane number 4. Lee trying to make up the space she's lost. Our race right now is Rajora, and it is Lee. Rajora still with about a half a body length lead. Third place position belonging to lane number 2. That is Arlene Pan from the North Delta Sunfish. Still with the lead, Mila Rajora from the Poco Marlins. What's the touch going to say when they come down to it? It is Rajora, a time of 48.48. Taking 5 seconds off what she did this morning. Second place is Lee, time of 49.03. And third place is Pan, a time of 50.32.
Wow, yeah, what a tight race. Seeing them come into the wall, we do see that little bit of difference where, there's a slight difference in speed with the swimmers, and really brings it right into the wire when they're coming into the wall.
Yep, came down to the touch there. 49.48 and 49.03, half a second separating first and second place. We're going to move on to the A final. This is our first race for medals this afternoon. On day number 2, this race is for the hardware. In lane number 1, we're going to have Ruby Hugh from the Cowichan Valley Breakers. Lane 2, Madeline Sedlick from the Vikings. Lane 3, Kaya Yang of Port Moody. Lane 4 is Annabelle Povazan from Haney. Lane 5, Amelia Chen from the Burnaby Mountain Mantas. Lane 6 is Avery Johnson from Chilliwack. Lane 7, Alexandra Wong of Burnaby. And lane number 8 is Marlo Lindsay. Off they go. They're racing for the hardware. Great jump there from lanes 2, 3, 4, 4, and 5. 2 is Sedlick, 4, 3, Yang, 4, Povazan, 5 is Chen. It is so tight right now as they approach the bulkhead. 25 meters already complete almost. They're going to make the turn into the final 25 there. Touching first is lanes 4 and 6. 4 is Povazan, 6 is Johnson. And a great turn there in lane number 3. Kaya Yang, she had a good underwater and a strong turn. She wasn't in the lead when she hit the wall. She had the lead, and now taking over the lead is Povazan, the top seed from Haney in lane number 4. Povazan has her eyes on a gold medal. Let's see what her time's going to be. Povazan in lane 4, time of 43.13. She gets the gold. Silver medal going to Yang in lane number 3, and the bronze medal going to Johnson in lane number 6.
Wow, look at that. Just those slight hundredths of a second between the various lanes. Just that epically tight race coming into the wall.
Absolutely. You got swimmers. Sometimes we've got a lane 6 there ended up on the podium. That wasn't a top 3 placement after preliminaries, but they find themselves on the podium. A great finish there. Really good turn for lane 3's Yang, and that really is what put her onto the podium as well as her turn. So we've completed the girls' Division 1 50-meter butterfly. We're going to move on to the boys' Division 1 50-meter butterfly. This will be the B final, the consolation final. In lane number 1 will be Benjamin Brock of the Dawson Creek Seals. Lane 2, Talo Lenardic of KSSC. I'm
KSSC.
Having a mind fart here. Anyways,
I will find it.
Okay. Kimberly. And lane number 3 is Theo Henderson. Lane number 4 is Bradley Unila. Lane number 5 is Zachary Funston from North Van Cruisers. Lane 6 is Weston Chan of Burnaby Mountain. Lane number 7 is Ashton Ingham from the Aquanauts. And lane number 8 is Chase Wu, also from the Aquanauts. Just like that, 25 meters is complete. Our leaders are on their way back. Our leader is in lane number 5. That is Zachary Funston from the North Van Cruisers. He is cruising along just dandy right now. Beside him in lane number 4, Bradley Unila from the Port Moody Aquarians. And then beside him, trying to overtake him in lane number 3, is Theo Henderson from the Squamish Pirates. Our winner will be lane number 5. That is Zachary Funston with a time of 45.70. He took 5 seconds off what he did this morning. Second place going to Henderson of Squamish in lane number 3, a time of 49.45. Henderson taking 2 seconds off what he did this morning. Third place going to Unila in lane number 4, a time of 50.10. And he took about half a second off what he did this morning. That race is complete, consolation race complete, and means we're moving on to yet another medal race. This will be the A final for the boys, Division 1 50-meter butterfly. Lane number 1 is Juno Sandbrooks of the Ogapogos. Lane 2, Devin Way of Burnaby. Lane 3, Damian Doe of the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 4 is Aiden Cull from Mission. Lane 5, Simon Rossnagel from the Langley Flippers. Lane number 6, Callan Emmons of Mission. Lane 7, Mateo Tabak of the Sunfish. And lane number 8, Koa Loong from the Richmond Kigus. Looks like they're going to clear the pool between starts here. Don't always do that, but oftentimes with the younger swimmers, so that they're not a distraction to the swimmer on the block above. Rarely will you see the pool cleared when we get up into the older swimmers. So the pool is cleared. We're waiting on the whistle from the official. Get those swimmers up to the blocks. There it is. There is the whistle. We're getting all quiet in the pool. The grandstands here are packed. Lots of parents, especially with the younger racers. And it gets loud in here. Here we go. Great jump there for all of the swimmers. A really good one in lane number 3. That is Damian Doe from the North Delta Sunfish. And beside him now, overtaking him, is Aiden Cull, the top seed from the Mission Marlins. The top 2 swimmers right now, Cull and Doe. Doe and Cull. Cull's going to be the first one to the block. Bulkhead. He makes the turn, final 25 meters. Final 20 meters for Cull. He's still trying to hold off Doe. Doe trying to make a charge. Third place position being held by lane number 5. That is Simon Rossnagel from the Langley Flippers. He is being overtaken in lane 6. 6 is Callan Emmons from the Mission Marlins. Emmons taking over the second place position now. Emmons, gold medal is going to go to Aiden Cull, a time of 40.03. Cull taking a second and a half off of his time from this morning. Congratulations to you. Silver medal goes to a strong finish by Emmons in lane number 6, and the bronze medal going to Doe in lane number 3, a time of 42.64.
Yeah, great swim. Looking at them bringing into the wall. Just that last few meters from those flags really makes a huge difference as those swimmers carry it in.
You see some of them run out of gas in that final 10 meters or so. And, over the years, I've seen so many lead changes in that final 5 meters from underneath the backstroke flags into the wall. Races have been won and lost in that final 5 meters.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, coming off our recent Paris Olympics, seeing all the various sports there, we would just see that, the race isn't over till it's over. And anything can happen in those final few meters.
It's like a CFL football game. Anything can happen in the final 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
The game's not over till it's over. All right, we're going to have the girls Division 2 50-meter butterfly. The first race will be the B final, the consolation race. Lane number 1 will be Madeline Lee of Nanaimo. Lane 2, Emma Lynn of the Kigus. Lane 3, Isla Floye from the Ducks. Lane number 4 is Tegan Fan from Burnaby. Lane 5, Marlo Wilkins from Squamish. Lane 6, Ivy Patterson and Sydney Piranhas. Lane number 7 is Juliet Ferguson from the North Shore Winter Club. And lane number 8 is Aletha Lee from the North Delta Sunfish. Our swimmers are in the water, bunched together in lanes 3, 4, and 5. That is Floye, Fan, and Wilkins. They are going to come, and joining into that bunch is lane number 6. Lane 6 is Ivy Patterson from the Sydney Piranhas. Boom, 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 boom. They've all touched the bulkhead and are on their way back. Wanting to join that grouping in lane number 1, Madeline Lee from the Nanaimo White Rapids. She's trying to overtake the lead, and so is lane 7. 7 is Juliet Ferguson from the North Shore Winter Club. It is Ferguson and it is Lee. They are our 2 leaders right now, trying to retake the lead in lane number 4. Is Tegan Fan, and how do they finish? It is Ferguson in lane 7 in first place. Second place indeed is Fan in lane number 4, the top seed, and third place in lane number 1 is Lee with a time of 40.91. First place finish time of 39.05, and that is over 2 seconds off of what was done this morning in preliminaries.
Yeah, fantastic swim in lane 7. Just sneaking along the outside, and everybody was bunched up through the center of the pool. But Miss Bergen just really ripping along and had a great push off the second wall there, and just came in quite strong.
Yep, her final 25 is what put her in the top 3. All right, we're going to have another medal race. This is the girls Division 2 50-meter butterfly, a final for the hardware, for the shiny stuff, for the medals. In lane number 1 is Amelia Williams of Mission. Lane 2, Francie Mead of the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 3, Lila Pacheco from Mission. Lane 4, Allison McCormick of Mission. Lane 5 is Rio Miller from the Kigus. Lane 6 is Casey Carrenew from Chilliwack. Lane 7, Haley Heights of Mission. And lane number 8 is Esme Peters from Burnaby. Leaders have come up to the bulkhead. They're making the turn. 25 meters is what separates our leaders from the podium. Our leader is the top seed, lane number 4. That is Allison McCormick from the Mission Marlins. She is swimming strong, but trying to catch up to her in lane number 3. Lilo Pacheco also from the Mission Marlins. Will it be teammates 1-2? It is going to be. McCormick, a time of 35.17 for the gold medal. Silver medal goes to Pacheco, time of 35.65. And the bronze medal going to Carrenew. That is Casey Jens Carrenew from Chilliwack in lane number 6. Congratulations, ladies. Make your way to the podium. Your parents are sprinting there now to get a picture of you up on the podium getting your hardware. Congratulations. Very exciting. We're going to move now to the boys Division 2 50-meter butterfly. This will be the B final. In lane number 1 will be Connor Hove, the North Bend Cruisers. Lane 2, Igankar from the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 3, Andrew Cow from Burnaby Mountain. Lane 4, Mason Wu from Burnaby Mountain. Lane 5, Min Jun Choi from Coquitlam. Lane 6 is Angus Brackstone of North Shore Winter Club. Lane 7, Alexandra Parrott from the Kigus. And lane number 8 is Declan Wu from the Coquitlam Sharks. Looking down, we've got all of our swimmers in place. A little bit of motion here. I think they're going to let the people, the parents in the stands, settle down just a second so it's not too noisy.
Yeah, a lot of excited parents here, and don't blame them. Swimmers are absolutely swimming their hearts out, so pretty great to watch. Nice venue.
Our swimmers are in the water. This is the B final, and it is underway. Really good underwater. They're in lanes 4 and 5. Lane 4, Mason Wu. 5, Min Jun Choi from Burnaby Mountain for Wu and Coquitlam for Choi. Tightly bunched for the leaders in lanes 3, 4, and 5. That is Cow, Wu, and Choi. They've hit the bulkhead, making the turn. The first turns was made by Wu and Choi. Wu had a really good turn, and he's emerged with a bit of a lead, but let's see what happens during the strokes. Is Wu going to be able to hold off Choi and Cow? It still is Wu in lane number 4. Choi in 5 and Cow in 3. Those are our leaders. Wu, has he got enough gas in the tank? He does. He's going to get first place, a time of 41.06, taking exactly, a second, 1.01 seconds off of his time this morning. Second place goes to Choi, a time of 41.83. He took a second and a half off. And third place going to Cow, a time of 42.88. And that's about a second off of what he did this morning. So congratulations to those gentlemen. you know, in swimming, you're not only racing against the others in the pool, but you're racing against yourself. You're always trying to improve your times, and it's just great to see, you know, these swimmers with these times now, and then they move up through the age categories, and you just watch the time fall off, and it's hard to believe that in 4 or 5 years now, these same swimmers are going to be doing these races in 30 seconds instead of 45.
Yeah, incredible to see those changes in there.
Here we go. This is for hardware again. In lane 1, Eddie Fontaine of Nanaimo. Lane 2, Teddy Mead of the City of Toronto. Lane 3, Hudson Meyer, Prince George. Lane 4, Jet Zuidoff from Abbotsford. Lane 5, Mateo Singh of Burnaby Mountain. Lane 6, James Jang from Haney. Lane 7 is Eric Lim of Burnaby. And lane number 8, Austin Patterson from Quesnel. Just like that, they're already on their way home after just under 18 seconds. They have made the turn. Our leaders in lane number 4 and 5. It is neck and neck between Zuidoff and Singh. Singh now holding the lead in lane number 5. Zuidoff trying to make his way back onto the podium, and really strong swim in lane number 7 is Eric Lim. Lim's going to find his way onto the podium as well. He does indeed. Gold medal does go to Singh in lane number 5, a time of 36.63. Silver medal going to Zuidoff, a time of 36.89. And our bronze medal going to lane number 7's Lim, a time of 37.29. He took 2.5 seconds off of his preliminary time this morning to make his way onto the podium.
Wow, great swim. And kind of as we were talking about just before the start there, is just seeing the time fall off. It's by the hour, let alone by the day or by the swimming season. So it's just impressive to watch.
Yeah, it's crazy how swimmers can, what they swim in preliminaries is faster than what they swam at their fastest meet during the season. And then in finals, again, they take even more time off. Part of that has to do with, the training that they do. I know they have what they call grit week now, leading up into regionals, and then so they start to taper. So these swimmers are in their peak shape right now. This is the girls' Division 3 50-meter butterfly. It's the B final. In lane 1, River Deschambault of Nanaimo. Lane 2, Cassie Makic of the City of Toronto. Lane number 3, Noelle Emmons of Mission. Lane number 4 is Quinn Tarampi from Coquitlam. Lane number 5, Hannah Lee of the Sunfish. Lane number 6, Katie Lesniak from the Poco Marlins. Lane number 7, Ayla Martin from Squamish. And in lane 8, we have Adalyn Plett from the North Van Cruisers. All right, our leaders are in lanes 3 and 4. 3 is Emmons, 4 is Tarampi, and joining into the fun in lane number 5, that is Hannah Lee. Lee, Tarampi, and Emmons. Is that how they're going to finish? It is actually going to be Tarampi, Lee, and Emmons. Those are our top 3 swimmers. Winning time of 35.32 for Tarampi. That is a second off of what she did this morning. Second place does go to Lee, a time of 35.38, and third place, Emmons, time of 35.63. Just like that, another race is complete, meaning we're going to move on to the A final for the girls' Division 3 50-meter butterfly. In lane number 1 will be Leah Parley from White Rock. Lane number 2, Emma Call from Mission. Lane 3, Min Ah Choi from Coquitlam. Lane number 4 is Maya Folger from Port Moody. Lane 5 is Jordan Monroe of Haney. Lane 6, Callie Fleming of Wanda Fuca. Lane 7, Nyla Harbour of the Vikings. And lane number 8 is Tia Traverse from the Ducks.
Great crowd here, and you can see them really quiet down for those starts. It's just like talking in a backswing in golf, and just having that nice quiet allows our swimmers to focus on hearing that gun and really get that blast off the blocks. What a great turn here on the wall. We see them all synchronized swimmers all arriving at the same time and really kind of spreading out. Here we are starting in lane 4 with that slight advantage here coming in through the pool, but lanes 5 and 6 are hungry too, and looks like lane 4 is going to take it, but lanes 6 and 5 are going to be close, and it looks like 4, 6, then 5.
So our gold medal goes to Folger in lane number 4. Silver medal going to Fleming of Wanda Fuca in lane number 6. And then again, an outer lane call in lane number 2 finds their way onto the podium for the bronze medal. Congratulations, ladies. It's time for you to go collect your hardware. We're going to move on to the boys' Division 3 50-meter butterfly. If you're following along in the events numbers, we're now at event number 206. This will be the B final. Lane number 1 will be Finn Jakobsen from Nanaimo. Lane 2, Ian Nye from Coquitlam. Lane 3, Keithan Pudi from Burnaby Mountain. And I'm just going to say right now, I try my best on everybody's names. Some of them I'm familiar with. Some of them are new to me, so I am trying my very best. Lane number 4 is Owen Wetclow from Nanaimo. Lane 5 is Mauricio Rinch from the Orcas. Lane 6 is Bobby Lewis of the Piranhas from the Kootenays. Lane number 7 is Atticus Verstrati from the Ogopogos. And lane number 8 is Echo Yao from the Richmond Tegus. All quiet in the pool, and here we go. First whistle, second whistle, ready for the start. A good jump there, and they are into the water. This is the B final for the boys, Division 3, 50-meter butterfly. Good jump off the blocks by our top seed in lane number 4. That is Owen Wetclow from the Nanaimo White Rapids, but right beside him and pulling ahead now first to the wall is going to be Ian Nye from Coquitlam in lane number 2. Beside him in lane 3, Keith and Pooty from Burnaby Mountain. It is still Nye from Coquitlam with the lead in lane number 2. Second place is still being held by Pooty from Burnaby Mountain in lane number 3. Third place is being held by the top seed, lane number 4, Owen Wetclow of Nanaimo. Trying to pull ahead in lane number 3, Pooty. Right beside him, Nye. It's going to come down to the touch, and it is indeed Pooty in lane number 3 in first place. Second place going to Nye with a time of 37.86. Third place going to Wetclow from Nanaimo in lane number 4. And right behind him in lane number 7 is Verstrati. A great finish by Verstrati coming off the wall. Atticus there, great swim by him. We're going to move into the A final for the boys Division 3, 50-meter butterfly. In lane number 1 will be Alexander Wu of White Rock. Lane 2, Harley Kuo from Burnaby Mountain. Lane 3, Jacob Bartz, Port Moody. Lane 4 is Billy Gray from Crescent Beach. Lane 5, Willem Boudilar from Mission. Lane number 6 is Matthew Ming Lum from the Vikings. Lane 7, Elijah Bradford of Penticton. And lane number 8 is Mark Burnett from North Van. And I'm sorry, I called somebody from North Van earlier. They were from Nechako Valley. Here we go. Our leaders are moving along there, really tightly bunched between lanes 3, 4, and 5. 3 is Bartz, 4 is Gray, 5 is Boudilar. They're on the final 25 meters. A lead ever so slightly being held by lane number 3. That is Jacob Bartz from the Port Moody Aquariums, but he is being overtaken in lane 5. Lane 5 is Willem Boudilar from the Mission Marlins. Boudilar has his sights set on a gold medal. Is he going to find his way to the top of the podium? He does indeed. That is Boudilar with the gold medal, a time of 33.88. Silver medal going to Gray in lane number 4, and the bronze medal going to Bartz in lane number 3. Winning time of 33.88, followed by 34.02, and then 35.01. All swimmers taking nice chunks of time off of the preliminary heats from this morning. More medals are going to be handed out, meaning we're going to move on now to the girls' OCAT 150-meter butterfly. We will start with our B final. Not a full pool on this one. In lane number 2 will be Tanya Zaray from Nanaimo. Lane 3 is Jasmine Masran from the White Rock Super Guppies. Lane 4 is Lux Brasnet from the Ogopogos. Lane 5 is Neva Kelly from Squamish. And lane number 6 is Scarlett Garcia Hopovac from the Haney Neptunes. Off they go and into the water and under the backstroke flags and emerging from their underwaters. Really strong jumping underwater in lane 4. That is Lux Brasnet from the Kelowna Ogopogos. She is made serious about winning this race. She is leaving the others way behind her as she hits the bulkhead and makes her turn. Let's see the quality of the turns for the other two swimmers in lanes 3 and 5. 3 is Masran, 5 is Kelly. But sure enough, Lux Brasnet, is she going to be able to hold off everybody for the full 50 meters of this race? I think she is. The closest swimmer is at her tippy toes in lane number 3. That is Masran. But it is going to be Brasnet in lane number 4 with the first place time of 40.73, taking 2 seconds off what she did this morning. Second place is Masran in lane number 3, a time of 43.28. And then third place going to Kelly in lane number 3. Sorry, lane number 5. I'm sorry. Brasnet was in lane number, Kelly was in lane number 5.
One of the things we're seeing here is a lot of the difference that happens when swimmers are at a different point in their stroke, right? If they're in between kind of arm swings when they're coming into the wall, can really make that difference between who touches first.
Absolutely, it does. Some people are their momentum's increasing, whereas others are at the end of their stroke. Into the water we go. A final for the girls' OCAT 150-meter butterfly. Lane number 1, Jessica Jensen and the Sydney Piranhas. Then we've got a whack of White Rock swimmers. Tara Rana in lane 2, Ciara Choi in lane 3, Jennifer Wang in lane 4, Ella Gao in lane 5, Isabel Lee in lane 6, Elsa Hoot in lane 7, all with White Rock. And then we have Lila Armstrong of Nanaimo in lane number 8. A whole bunch of Rasa Super Guppies here cruising along So I'm going to say a medal is probably going to go to Rasa. It is indeed, but which teammates are going to be in the podium, which are not? Gold medal does go to lane number 4. That is Wang, time of 33.65. Silver medal goes to Gao in lane number 5, and the bronze medal goes to Choi in lane number 3. It is a White Rock sweep onto the podium.
Wow. What a monopoly. They must have something in the water out there with their OCAT butterfly swimmers.
Well, at a young age, the parents just throw them off the pier and expect them to swim in. So I guess they get really fast. So we've got White Rock here. I'm not serious, by the way. White Rock very, very much dominant in the girls' OCAT 1 category there as they swept the podium. We're going to move on to the boys' OCAT 1 50-meter butterfly. In lane number 1 will be Blake Petch from Campbell River. Lane 2, Hayden Sinat of Powell River. Lane 3, Charlie Fretz of the Kelowna Ogopogo's. Lane 4, Alex Luo from Surrey Sea Lions. Lane 5 is Samuel O. Young from Chilliwack. Lane 6, Noah Brown of the Oak Bay Orcas. Lane 7 is Braden Wolf from Lumbee. And lane number 8 is Anthony Faupel from Chilliwack. Off they go, tightly bunched as it usually is between lanes 3, 4, and 5. Slight edge in lane number 5. That is Samuel O. Young from Chilliwack.
In lane 3, Charlie Fritz from Oakville. In lane 4, Alex Luo from Surrey Sea.
Yeah, we're coming in here with the leader in lane 4, and lane 4, Alex Luo, looking really strong, but right on his tail is Samuel Al Young out of Chilliwack, and it's going to be very tight here. I think at lane 4, lane 5, and lane 3.
Lane 6 comes in third place there. That
6, there we go,
yeah.
Very close.
Really tightly bunched there. The first place finish is Luo from the Surrey Sea Lions. Second place goes to Ao Young, and third place goes to Brown in lane number 6. We are now going to have yet another medal race. This is the A final for the boys OCAT 150-meter butterfly. Lane number 1, Julian Wathy from the Courtney Blue Devils. Lane 2, Aaron Nee from the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 3, Jason Zhang, North Delta Sunfish. Lane number 4, Lance and Kammer from White Rock. Now, Lance and Kammer set a new meet record during qualifying. He set 2 meet records yesterday, and this morning he swam at a time of 30.69. Previous meet record was set in 2009 at a time of 31.57, almost a full second off the meet record. Lane number 5 is Ethan Buembo from the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 6, Jesse Krasinski from Campbell River. Lane 7, Jonathan Han of White Rock. And lane number 8 is Joe Zhang from the Vancouver Vikings. There's our second whistle. We're ready for the starter. And there is our start. Our swimmers are in the water. And as expected, Lance and Kammer from the White Rock Super Guppies is off and cruising. But right beside him is Ethan Buembo, who's also had a really strong meet so far. We've seen him finishing very, very well. But Lance and Kammer seems to be in a zone all of his own here as he's over a body length ahead of everybody. Kammer cruising his way to a gold medal. The question is, he's going to break his own record from this morning, a time of 30.16. He takes half a second off what he did this morning. Basically took a second and a half off of the original meet record. So congratulations, Lance and Kammer, on the gold medal on the meet record. Second place silver medal goes to Krasinski from the Campbell River Salmon Kings, a time of 34.37. No, we had it adjusted. Buembo had a different touch. So Buembo in lane number 5 gets the silver medal, and Krasinski from Campbell River in lane number 6 finds his way out of the podium with the bronze medal, a time of 34.37. Buembo, a time of 33.34. Great swim by all 3 of those fine young gentlemen, and they are all heading towards the podium. So yet another meet record for Lance and Kammer. He just keeps getting faster and faster. Kammer laying down the hammer.
Absolutely.
Next up, we're going to have the girls' Division 4 50-meter butterfly. Division 4 is the last of our 50-meter butterfly races for the day. We'll move on to 100 meters after the Division 4. This will be the B final to begin with. In lane number 1 is Elsa Corlett from Kimberley. Lane 2, Lila Barbary of Nanaimo. Lane 3, Savannah Olsen, Wanapico. Lane 4, Eliza Haig, Mission. Lane 5, Michaela Soy from the Stingrays. Lane 6, Claire Rubelli from the Vikings. Lane 7, Lily Rashad from the Sunfish. And lane number 8 is Ella Babbings from the Ogopogos. And on, here they come. Our leader in lane number 3 by just a little bit, maybe just ahead. That is Savannah Olsen from the Wanapico Royals. We're pulling ahead of her now is lanes 5 and 7. 5 is Soy, 7 is Rashad. It's going to come down to the touch. It is Rashad from the North Delta Sunfish, a time of 33.48, taking a second and a half off. Second place goes to Haig in lane number 4, and third place goes to Soy from Ladner in lane number 5, time of 33.94. Taking time off for all these swimmers, and it still wasn't even enough to get a top 3 finish. Unbelievable what they're doing.
Yeah, one of the things we're hearing from the swimmers, beyond just that they're swimming really well today, is that it is a fast pool, and something that we kind of first heard about in the Olympics, I guess, just recently, about the difference between fast pools and slow pools.
There's so many factors go into how fast, I put that in air quotes, a pool is, and I'll go into that after this race. In lane number 1, we're going to have Kaylee Jantz Caranu of Chilliwack. Lane 2, Annika Crawford of Golden. Lane number 3 is Alexa Crane from the Ogopogo's. Lane 4, Emma Cranston of Coquitlam. Lane 5, Joanna Sue of Coquitlam. Lane 6, Charlie Friesen of Burnaby Mountain. Lane number 7, Megan Rubelli of the Vikings. And lane number 8 is Annika Poikowski from Mission. Coming off the wall is our leader, and it's our top seed in first place. That is Emma Croston. She has her eyes set potentially on the meet record. She was close to it in preliminaries. It is Croston in lane number 4, time of 30.09. Not quite a meet record. She took time off what she did this morning. So close, but she still finds her way onto the podium. That's a gold medal for Croston in lane number 4. Silver medal goes to Sue in lane number 5. Bronze medal goes to Friesen in lane number 6 with a time of 32 flat, taking a full second off to make her way onto the podium. Croston, Sue, and Friesen.
Yeah, great celebration. Pretty excited there. We can hear a lot of support in the crowd for that decisive swim that she just put down.
We're going to move now to the boys' Division 4 50-meter butterfly. Lane number 1 will be Jamie Johnston from the Oakby Orcas. Lane 2, Jackson Ferguson, North Shore Winter Club. Lane 3, Cruz Costa of Haney Neptunes. Lane 4, Lucas McCormick of the Mission Marlins. Lane 5 is Mackie Rioch from Kamloops. Lane 6 is Jonah Leong from the Vikings. Lane number 7 is Reed Grady from Nechako Valley. And lane number 8 is Madden Green from the Dawson Creek Seals. A couple Caribou swimmers there in lanes 7 and 8. They are off the blocks. They are into the water. Really good jump in lane number 2. That is Jackson Ferguson from the North Shore Winter Club. Will it translate into anything? Let us see. Our leaders are lanes 4 and 5, the top 2 seeds. 4 is McCormick. 5 is Rioch from Kamloops. They've hit the bulkhead and they're onto the final 25 meters. Emerging from the underwater pulls, it is still lanes 4 and 5 being pushed hard in 3. 3 is Cruz Costa. He is trying to cruise past everybody. Is he going to be able to do it? It's going to come down to the strokes here as they touch the wall. Lane number 5, potentially, it is indeed Rioch in lane 5 in first place, a time of 33.22, half a second off what he did this morning. McCormick in lane number 4 gets second place, and Costa does indeed cruise into a third place finish, a time of 33.51, taking a half second off of his preliminary time from earlier today. That race is done, and we're going to move on to the medal race now for the boys Division 4 50-meter butterfly, our final 50-fly race of the day. In lane number 1 is Andre Cardansani from the Ogopogos. Lane 2, Haojiang Chen from the Surrey Sea Lions. Lane 3, Owen Young from Coquitlam. Lane 4, Eli Soto, Cowichan Valley. Lane 5 is Kian Pudi from Burnaby Mountain. Lane 6 is Timothy Nye from Coquitlam. Lane 7 is Kobe Burgess from Boundary Bay. And lane number 8 is Ben Fitzpatrick, also from Boundary Bay. They are off and they are swimming towards the podium. They're swimming towards the hardware. Our leaders are in lanes 4 and 5. Lane number 4, Eli Soto from the Cowichan Valley Breakers is going to be the first to the bulkhead. Let's see how his turn is. He basically completed his stroke as he hit the wall, so it should work out well, and it does. He has half a body length lead over lane number 5. Lane 5 is Putin, and in lane number 3 is Young. And pushing hard to get on the podium in 6 is Nye. How's it going to finish? It is Soto, a time of 29.92 for the gold medal for Soto. Silver medal does go to Pudi in lane number 5, and lane number 6, Nye, with a time of 30.81, gets himself a bronze medal. Congratulations, gentlemen. It's time for you to go have your picture taken by some very happy parents. Well done. All right, we're going to move next into event number 211. This will be the girls' Division 5, and we are now swimming 100-meter butterfly. And as I mentioned before, we are also now doing A finals first. So this race is for the hardware, for the medals. In lane number 1 will be Kyle Larson from the Ducks. Lane 2, Lindsey Johnson from Mission. Lane 3, Faith Telfer of Nanaimo. Lane 4, Julia Longmuir from Haney. Lane 5 is Mackenzie Braun from the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 6, beside her, Addison Tate, also of the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 7 is Kayla Reba Montan from Poco Marlins. And lane number 8 is Lauren McKenzie from Penticton. Our top seed in lane number 4 is the first one to the bulkhead. That is Julia Longmuir from the Haney Neptunes. We saw the races yesterday between Longmuir and Braun. They were just incredible during the IM, and we'll see what they can do here. So tightly packed between lanes 3, 4, and 5 for positions 1, 2, and 3. Lane 3 is Faith Telfer. Lane 4, Longmuir. Lane 5 is Braun. I've said those names together before, and I'm saying them together again, trying to join the party. In lane number 6, that is Addison Tate from the Sydney Piranhas. She says, hold on a second, I want a piece of that hardware too. Addison Tate pushing to get onto the podium too. Our leaders have hit the bulkhead, they're making the turn back. Longmuir and Braun and Longmuir. It is still Longmuir with the lead, and now pushing hard. That is Faith Telfer of Nanaimo. She is trying to overtake the lead. She's maybe in the second place position, definitely in the third place position. Gold medal is going to go to lane number 5, Mackenzie Braun from the Sydney Piranhas. Gold medal time of 108.08, right beside her. Longmuir time of 108.40 gets her the silver medal. And Faith Telfer from the Nanaimo White Rapids, a time of 108.82. Really good final 25 there. By Telfer is what cemented her place on the podium. Unfortunately, Tate, also an island swimmer, not quite able to get on the podium, but a really strong swim by her, a time of 1:10.65, as she took 3 seconds off what she did this morning, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah, just so fast. These swimmers are just, it's like they're getting shot out of a cannon off of the blocks.
That's crazy, the speed. They kept up their pace for the full 100 meters, and I'll tell you, that fly is not an easy swim to do that in. That one is just exhausting. I can only imagine. I'm not a swimmer. I would drown after the first 25 meters of doing fly, if I could even make 25 meters. Anyways, into the water we go. Meloe Rade from the North Van Cruisers in lane number 1. Sarah Weeb of Burnaby Mountain is in lane 2. Lane 3 finds Ava Yip from Haney. Lane number 4, Avery Clan of Nanaimo. Lane 5, Alexandra McKnight of the Super Sharks. Lane number 6, Haruka Gill from the Tritons. Lane number 7 is Claire Dufresne from the Dawson Creek Seals. And lane number 8 is Maya Habans from the Vancouver Vikings.
Right on. Yeah, we're really seeing these athletes kind of keep that pace going, and the positions are changing back and forth. Here we go. We're at lane 4, first to hit the wall, and that is Avery Clan. And right on her heels, and actually looking like, I don't know if we're making a pose. No, she's still holding on to position. And lane 5, like kind of right on her hip, is Alexandra McKnight, and she's really giving her a push for that second place. Looking at the rest of the swimmers, here we are off of the wall. Let's see how those pushes kind of send them into the final 25. And in lanes 2 and 3, we have a bit of a battle, and it looks like lane 3 is just kind of pulling ahead here. And lane 3 is Ava Yip. Really strong last 50 here from Ava Yip, and it looks like lane 4, Avery Khan, and lane 5, Alexandra McKnight, and lane 3 is going to be Avery Yip, for the bronze medal. Or sorry, for our B final.
Third place in the B final is Yip. First place goes to Clan. Second place McKnight. Third place goes to Yip. Winning time of 1:15.12. Second place is 1:16.44, and third place is 1:17.73. We're going to move on now to the A final for the boys Division 5 100-meter butterfly. Lane number 1 is Logan Fair of the Tritons. Lane 2, Evan Stoffelsma of the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 3, Rolka Du from Coquitlam. Lane number 4, Aidan Olton from Coquitlam. Lane number 5 is Nathan Zhang from the Kigus. Lane number 6 is Matthew Lancashire of Burnaby. Lane number 7, Joshua Zhao from Abbotsford. And lane number 8 is Luke Francis from Coquitlam. Now, Aidan Olton's seed time was 1:02.59. I'm just wondering if he has his eyes on the provincial record of 1 minute .55. held by Jason Trillian, set in 2009. Olton off to a strong start there. He's got 25 meters complete already, coming off the bulkhead off of his first turn. He's widened his lead with some great underwater. Second place is being contested. It's between lanes 3 and 2. Lane number 3 is Du. 2 is Stoffelsma, now pushing ahead, trying to get into second, maybe third place in lane number 5. We have Nathan Zhang of the Richmond Kigus. It is Olton still in the lead in lane number 4. he has his eyes set on the gold medal and potentially other things. The real battle is going to be for the silver and bronze, and maybe if somebody can join in the fray and make a push onto the podium. Right now, the silver medal position being held by lane number 3. That is Rolka Du, and lane number 5, Nathan Zhang of the Richmond Kigus. He is slipped back into third place after a bit of a rough turn there. A really good turn by Du, and lane number 3 is what cemented his silver medal position. What's the time going to be for Olton? He comes in at a time of 59.89. That is a new meet record for Aiden Olton. What a weekend he is having so far. Congratulations to him. Gold medal. Silver medal does go to Du in lane number 3, and the bronze medal goes to Zhang in lane number 5. Gold medal time of 59.89. Taking, almost a full second off of the meet record set back in 2009 by Jason Trillion. Well done. Congratulations, Aiden. Congratulations to all the gentlemen and to all swimmers, but to those headed to the podiums, head there. Your parents are waiting to take your photo. Well done, gentlemen. We'll have the B final now for the boys Division 5 100-meter butterfly. In lane number 1 will be Alexander Wynn from the Super Sharks. Lane number 2, Alex Rasachak from Abbotsford. Lane number 3, Dash Gutardi from the Kigus. Lane 4, Alexander Zhu from the Sunfish. Lane 5, Eric Mao from the Vikings. Lane 6, Quinn Rylander from Mission. Lane number 7 is Colin Nishi of the Kigus. And lane number 8, that's Nathan Lee from the Vancouver Vikings.
Good. Yeah, great start from lane 1. We have Alexander from the Super Sharks. Just what a fantastic entry and carried it through. We're looking at lane 6 though, giving him a run for his money, kind of neck and neck as we come in, and that's Colin Nishi of the Kigu, and it looks like he's just overtaken the lead, and they're going to be going back and forth.
Yeah, great turn in 6 there. Quinn Rylander from the Mission Marlins. He has a bit of a lead now over lane number 1, Alexander Wynn from the Super Sharks. Are they going to have gas in the tank to make it for the full 100 meters, or did they burn it all early on in their swim? Final 25 meters coming in here in lane number 6. The lead still being held by Quinn Rylander from the Mission Marlins. Second place still being held by lane number 1, Alexander Wynn, and Alex Rasachak in lane number 2. He's trying to find the top 3 placing here too. Really strong push by Wynn. Is there enough pool left? First place is going to go to lane number 6. That is Quinn Rylander from the Mission Marlins, a time of 1:08.80. Second place finish going to Rasachak, a time of 1:09.56, and Wynn in lane number 1 in third place, a time of 1:09.82. So some outside swimmers who maybe didn't have their best preliminaries and didn't finish in the top seeds. Well, they certainly had a great B finals there, as they have found themselves in top 3 finishes. We're going to move to the girls Division 6 100-meter butterfly, and this race is for the medals. Lane number 1 will be Lauren Chan of the Vancouver Vikings. Lane 2, Jesse Waugh of Coquitlam. Lane 3, Lutza Birkenbosch from the Ducks. Lane 4 is Dalia Politeo from the Poco Marlins. Lane 5, Sophie Postlethwaite from the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 6, Fern Buckley from the Vancouver Vikings. Lane 7 is Jade DeFondemure from the Stingrays. And lane number 8 is Reese Lubin from the Oak Bay Orcas. Here we go, the medal race is in the water. 100 meters of butterfly for the girls of Division 6. Tightly bunched in between lanes 3, 4, and 5, and 6. I'd say even lane 7. So close between Birkenbosch, Politeo, Postlethwaite, Buckley, and DeFondemure. Emerging off the turn, though, is our top seed in the lead. That is lane number 4. That is Dalia Politeo from the Poco Marlins. She has just a little bit of a lead over lane number 3, Lutza Birkenbosch from the Ducks. 50 meters is complete. They are halfway through the race. A good turn and a good underwater has expanded the lead for lane 4's Politeo. Politeo still with the lead. Overtaking second place potentially is lane number 5. Lane 5 is Sophie Postlethwaite from the Sydney Piranhas, and a really good push in lane 1 is Lauren Chan from the Vancouver Vikings. On the home stretch, 25 meters left to go. Our leader lengthening her lead in lane number 4. That is Dalia Politeo from the Poco Marlins. Second place really close between lanes 5 and 6. That's Postlethwaite and Buckley. Gold medal is going to go to Politeo, a time of 1:07.37. Silver medal goes to Postlethwaite, a time of 1:08.38. And the bronze medal does go to Buckley, a time of 1:09.51. Just outside that was Birkenbosch with a time of 1:09.93. Not even half a second separating a podium and a non-podium finish. Congratulations, ladies. Politeo, Postlethwaite, and Buckley are headed to the podium. which means it's time for us to move on to the B final for the girls Division 6 100-meter butterfly. In lane number 1 will be Sophia Ibrahim from Nanaimo. Lane 2, Olivia Newman from the Poco Marlins. Lane 3, Matea Wilms from the Ducks. Lane 7, Avery McKnight of the Super Sharks. Lane number 5 is Taylor Stevenson of the Poco Marlins. Lane number 8 is Ane Brazeau from Trail. Lane number 7, Rowan Lawler from the Oak Bay Orcas. And in lane number 8, that is Haley Hummel from the Cloverdale Tritons. Another, again, a tight bunch, but a really good jump. Lane number 2 and 4 seem to be our leaders off the blocks. That is Newman in 2, and 4 is McKnight, as they are into the second 25 meters of this 100-meter race. Our leader is indeed, that is Olivia Newman from the Poco Marlins, but now pulling ahead of her with the strokes in lane 4. Top seed Avery McKnight of the Super Sharks. She hits the wall and makes the turn. She glided just a little bit, so where she was in her stroke didn't help her, but she still emerged with the lead. Our leader is Avery McKnight from the Super Sharks. Beside her in lane number 5 and 3 are trying to make a move. 5 is Stevenson and 3 is Wilms. But moving into first place into the bulkhead, final 25 meters coming up. Lane number 2, Olivia Newman from the Poco Marlins. Lane number 4, Avery McKnight from the Super Sharks. It is Newman and it is McKnight. McKnight and Newman pushing hard in lane number 6 is Ane Brazeau from Trail. She's into the top 3. Is she going to get into first place? Really strong finish by Brazeau in lane number 6. She's going to get the touch, and it is indeed Brazeau, a time of 1:13.71. A fantastic final 25 for her to get first place. Second place does go to McKnight, a time of 1:14.01. And third place goes to Stevenson, a time of 1:14.87. Well done, ladies. Wow, that was great by Brazeau. Her final 25, hey?
Absolutely, just the determination and just dug in so hard, and you see her catch up and just edge out that win in the final meters. Very impressive.
Really like to see that. I love seeing things like that here in the swimming. Here we go, boys Division 6 100-meter butterfly. Lane number 1 is Cameron Jorgensen of the Langdon Flippers. Lane 2, Gavin Dybert of Nanaimo. Lane 3, Simon Makich of the Sydney Piranhas. Lane number 4, Dylan Bradbury of the Boundary Bay. Lane 5 is Torrin Kwan from Burnaby. Lane 6 is Lee Payment from Coquitlam. Lane 7, Michael Jakowski from the Poco Marlins. And lane number 8 is Matthew Royer from the North Delta Sunfish. In qualifying this morning, Dylan Bradbury in lane number 4, he swam a 58.56, which set a new meet record, breaking the old record set by Nathan Tam back in 2018 of 58.65. Let's see if he's going to break his own record here in the finals. He does have the lead. That is Dylan Bradbury from Boundary Bay. 50 meters is complete in 26.52, so he is on a pace to do it.
Really stretching out that touch on the second lap and just not perfectly timed, but managed to carry a lot of speed through that flip. And here we are in the final 25.
Yep, it is still Dylan Bradbury widening his lead. A battle going on for second and third place. Lane number 3, Makich and Kwan in lane number 5. What's the time going to be for Bradbury when he comes into the wall? He puts in at 57.78. Again, a new meet record for the gold medal. Congratulations to him. Bronze medal going to Makich in lane number 3. Simon Makich of the Sydney Piranhas heading to the podium. And in lane number 5, that is Torrin Kwan of Burnaby. He gets the bronze medal, a time of 1:96. Congratulations, gentlemen. Congratulations to Dylan Bradbury. He gets a new meet record. I think they get caps, if I'm not mistaken. They get Provincial's record holder caps. Proudly wear that at every meet next year.
What a great swim. Just managed to carry that momentum all the way through.
Yeah, he had some a rough turn on one there, but his underwater is what recovered it for him. So, he took a lot of time off of what the original meet record. He took, almost a full second off of the original meet record. So good for him. We're going to move on to the B final. This is the boys Division 6 100-meter butterfly. In lane number 1, Daniel Lim of the Vikings. Lane number 2, Yakov Resnikov from Coquitlam. Lane 3, Brett Friesen of the Piranhas. Lane 4, Malcolm LeBonville from Golden. Lane number 5 is Ainsley Hurd from Mission. Lane 6 is Owen McGregor of the Poco Marlins. Lane 7 is Ryan Peters of Penticton. And lane number 8 is Noah Oclarino from the North Delta Sunfish. 50 meters almost complete. Our leader is in lane 6. That's Owen McGregor from the Poco Marlins. He's the first to make the turn and head into the second 50. Really good turn in lane number 3. That is Brett Friesen from the Kootenay Piranhas. And trying to move on and make a move in lanes 4 and 5. Lane number 4 is Le Bonville and 5 is Hurd. They're on the final 25 now. It's the home stretch. Now the lead does belong to the top seed, lane number 4. That is Malcolm Le Bonville. Is he going to be able to hold off the charge in lane number 5 from Ainsley Hurd of Mission? And in lane number 6, Owen McGregor. It's going to come down to the touch. 4, 5, and 6 are going to finish 1, 2, and 3. Hurd out touch in lane number 5 with a time of 1:03.47. Le Bonville a time of 1:03.57 and a time of 1:04.06 for McGregor in lane number 6. So they finished 4, lane 5 in first place, lane 4 in second place. And then McGregor in lane 6 in third place. The girls of OCAT 2 are coming up now for 100 meters of butterfly. This will be the A final. Lane number 1 will be Audrey Penner of Chilliwack. Lane 2, Sophie McNeil of Agassiz Harrison. Lane 3, Kayla Ty from Burnaby Mountain. Lane 4, Paige Mumford of Port Moody. Lane number 5, Olivia Harb of the Vancouver Vikings. Lane 6, Zoe Patterson from the Sydney Piranhas. Lane number 7 is Sabine Nielsen from Coquitlam. And lane number 8 is Kinley Emerson from Squamish. I said it yesterday. I know you can see the names on the screen, but who doesn't like to hear their names mentioned on a broadcast, right? So off we go. Our early leader in lane number 3. Lane 3, that is Kayla Ty from Burnaby Mountain. She seems to be on a bit of a mission here to find her way onto the podium as she is still holding on to that lead. Second 25 almost complete, but now catching up to her, the top 2 seeds in lanes 4 and 5. That is Mumford in 4 and Harb in 5. They make the turn. Second half of the race is underway. Now trying to pull ahead. Really good turn in lane 5. Lane 5 is Olivia Hart from the Vancouver Vikings. Is she going to be able to overtake Kayla Ty in lane number 3? Joining into the fray in lane number 2 is Sophie McNeil from Agassiz Harrison. Hitting the wall simultaneously, lanes 3 and 5. Lane number 3 is Ty, 5 is Harb. The battle is between the two of them, and let's see what's in the tank for a late charge in lane number 4 for Paige Mumford. We have Ty, we have Harb, we have Mumford. It is Harb right now. She is going to get the gold medal, a time of 1:05.09, taking 3 seconds off of her time from this morning to find her way to the top of the podium. Silver medal goes to Ty in lane number 3, a time of 1:05.36. And Mumford in lane number 4 gets herself the bronze medal.
Yeah, and hats off to Mumford. She really looked strong in that final 25. You could tell she was really trying to chase them down and improve that placing coming into the wall.
Absolutely. We're going to have the B final now for the girls OCAT 2 100-meter butterfly. Lane number 1 will be Hope Burton-Smith of White Rock. Lane 2, Sylvia Sanchez of Crescent Beach. Lane 3, Janaea Clegg from Squamish. Lane 4, Rihanna Jiang from White Rock. Lane number 5 is Isla Hingston from the Ogapogos. Lane 6, Taylor Lilly of North Van. Lane number 7 is Alyssa Guerin from Squamish. And lane number 8 is Keita Lacour from Port Moody. Let's take a look here. Our leader is just a little bit in lane number 3, now being overtaken by lane number 4. Lane 4 is Jiang, 3 is Clegg. They have completed 50 meters. They're on their way.
Oh, really decisive pushes off the wall. They're coming in simultaneously, but then we see Jiang in 4 just with a really nice push and getting that little bit of edge. We'll see how they do coming into to the final turn here on the wall.
We've got a really strong swim going on in lane number 1. That is Hope Burton-Smith. She is making the turn along with lane number 7. That is Alyssa Cannonball Guerin in lane number 7. She is trying to join in the fray of the top 3 swimmers here. Now overtaken first place in lane 3. That is Janaea Clegg from Squamish. Janaea Clegg now pulling ahead of all the other swimmers. It's going to come down to the touch for second, third, and fourth place. First place is Clegg. Second place is Burton Smith. Third place goes to Jiang. Great swim by all swimmers in that race. They've all taken time off of what they swam this morning. So congratulations to them. We'll move on to the boys. OCAT 2 100-meter butterfly. This will be the A final. Lane number 1 is Borui Zhang from the North Delta Sunfish. Lane number 2 is Jinsei Yamamoto from Burnaby Mountain. Lane 3, Joshua Krasinski from Campbell River. Lane 4, Neil Zhu of the Sunfish. Lane 5, Vincent Costa of Haney. Lane number 6, Isaac Janes of Mission. Lane number 7 is Tiger Meng from the Surrey Sea Lions. And lane number 8 is Ty Stroud from the Richmond Kigus. racing for the medals. It is so tightly bunched as they complete the first 25 meters. I'm glad this isn't a 50-meter race because it would really come down to the touch. They've made the turn here off of the bulkhead lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, Yamamoto. 3, Krasinski. 4, Zhu. 5, Costa. 6, Janes. They are coming together. First to the wall looks like it's just by a little bit. Lanes 3 and 6, Krasinski from Campbell River, and 6 is Janes from Mission. What's going to happen as they do their strokes here? Pulling ahead, or pulling even now, is lane number 4. That is Neil Zhu from the North Delta Sunfish. Good charge happening by Isaac Janes from Mission in lane number 6. 25 meters on their way to the podium. These fellas are racing for some hardware. Really strong coming on in lane number 2. That is Jinsei Yamamoto from Burnaby Mountain. He finds himself in the second place position right now. What's it going to come down to the touch? Where are the strokes going to land? The gold medal does go to lane number 4. That is Zhu, a time of 1 minute, .59, taking 2 seconds off of this morning. Second place, silver medal goes to Yamamoto in lane number 2, and the bronze medal goes to Janes in lane number 6. Congratulations, gentlemen. You're heading to the podium. You have yourself some hardware. You have yourself some shiny, shiny medals. Great race by everybody there. It was so tightly bunched early on.
Absolutely, just those jockeying for position and really chasing each other down. It's inspiring to see, and you certainly start seeing the effects of on the shoulders of doing 100 meters of fly.
Absolutely. Some people, burn all their gas early on in the race. Some people pace themselves a little bit more. Everybody's got different capacities, and turns play such a factor. Here we go now. We've got the B final for the boys OCAT 2 100-meter butterfly. Lane number 1, Scott Hunter of Port Moody. Lane 2, Oliver Vanacek from Campbell River. Lane 3, Adam Graham of Burnaby. Lane 4, Dylan Lowe of the Vikings. Lane 5, Gregory Hinton of Agassiz Harrison. Lane 6, Ryland McNeil of Agassiz Harrison. Lane number 7 is Jason Chung from Burnaby. Lane number 8 is Manny Montacab, also from Burnaby.
And we look like we have some early lead here from lane 2, and that's Vanacek. From Campbell River. Campbell River, there we are. Yeah, all the way from Campbell River. But lane 7 is giving a run for money and now taking the lead. And that is Jason Chung from Burnaby. And he is really moving, coming into to the final turn here on the wall. And let's see what happens after this one. And he holds a pretty strong lead in lane 7. That's Jason Chung of Burnaby. And we're looking at lane 4 as our second, coming into the wall. Lane 3 close on behind. So that is Jason Chung in lane 7 of Burnaby, followed by Dylan Lowe in lane 4 and Adam Graham in lane 3.
Yep, 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Chung, Lowe, and Graham. Congratulations to them. First place time of 1:02.99 for Chung. That's 4 seconds off of what his time was from this morning, so he did very, very well. We're going to move on now to the girls' Division 7 100-meter butterfly. This will be the A final. This is a race for the medals, and lane number 1 is Quinn Funk from Crescent Beach. Lane 2, Linnea Hopkins of the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 3, Maxine Seeley, North Shore Winter Club. Lane 4, Emmy Nishi of the Richmond Kigus. Lane 5, Rowan Larkin from the Oak Bay Orcas. Lane 6, Jance Charlize Caranu from Chilliwack. Lane 7 is Katrina Lowe from Burnaby Mountain. And lane number 8 is Amelia McDonald from the Dawson Creek Seals. Here we go. Our leader is in first place, our top seed. Obviously, our leader's in first place. What I meant to say is our top seed is in first place. That is Emmy Nishi from the Richmond Kigus. She is widening her lead. Her seed time from preliminaries was 2 seconds faster than the second seed. So let's see what Nishi can do through the race here. She's being chased by Rowan Larkin of the Oak Bay Orcas in lane number 5. Larkin holding on to the second place position on the turn, coming out of the turn, emerging from the underwaters. Larkin had a great underwater there. She stretched her lead. A real battle right now for third and fourth place between lanes 3 and 6. Lane number 3 is Seeley, 6 is Caradu. Hitting the wall is our leader, Emmy Nishi. She's on the home stretch, 25 meters, and right behind her is Rowan Larkin from the Oak Bay Orcas. Nishi with the lead in lane number 4. Larkin in lane number 5. Pushing hard now in lane 3 is Maxine Seeley from the North Shore Winter Club. No doubt about it, Emmy Nishi is going to get the gold medal, and it looks like Larkin should get the silver. Nishi in a time of 1:06.74, only 5 seconds off of what she did this morning. Goodness gracious. And the silver medal does go to Rowan Larkin from the Oak Bay Orcas, a time of 1:09.45. That's 4 seconds off what she did this morning. and Seeley in lane number 3. The bronze medal time of 1:10.84, and that's 4 seconds off what she did this morning.
Wow, just incredible. Looking at again, by the hour, they're just cutting time down. And Emi Nishi, wow, what just great turns on the wall. Every time she hit the wall, she came off just that much further ahead.
Yeah, her strokes and her turns just put her in great position to propel herself off the wall, and she actually gained ground on every one of her turns. Fantastic. We're going to have the B final now for girls division 7 100-meter butterfly. In lane number 2 is Eva Quinn Engelsford from Boundary Bay. Lane number 3 is Amelia LeBonville from Golden. Lane number 4, Rose Esplin from the Langley Flippers. Lane 5, Faith Kahn from the Cloverdale Tritons. Lane number 6 is Gia Such from the Richmond Kigus. Our leader in lane number 5, that is Faith Kahn from the Cloverdale Tritons. She has about a half, almost a full body length, as the closest swimmer is right at her ankles. It is Kahn coming into the wall, completing 50 meters of 100 meters. Second place touching the wall now is Esplin, and behind her in lane number 3 is LeBonville. Kahn, Esplin, and LeBonville. Those are our top 3. Nope, coming now into third place, lane number 6. That is Gia Such from the Richmond Kigus. She has found herself in third place now as LeBonville slips back just a little bit. Our leader still is Kahn of the Cloverdale Tritons in lane number 5. She's got 25 meters left to go. Let's see if Esplin can overtake her. Is there going to be a final charge in this last 15 meters as they get closer and closer to the finish? Does Kahn have the gas in the tank to hold off Esplin? Does Esplin have another gear? Is she going to put the charge in? I don't think there's enough pool to do that now. And the first place in this race does go to Kahn, a time of 1:16.01, 5 seconds off of her preliminary time. Second place is Esplin, time of 1:17.41, taking 3 seconds off. Third place does go to Such, time of 1:22.56, 4 seconds off.
Wow.
Give him another hour, would there be another 4 seconds taken off? Good.
That's it.
We're going to go now the boys division 7 100-meter butterfly. This is the A final for the medals. Lane number 1, Alan Deng from White Rock. Lane 2, Lucas Elzinga Nanaimo. Lane 3, Nicholas Penz of the Vancouver Vikings. Lane 4, Tyrell O'Dwyer of the Dawson Creek Seals. Lane number 5, Owen Buffett of the Mission Marlins. Lane 6, Owen Larson of Quesnel. Lane 7, Alexander Evans of Nanaimo. And lane number 8 is Grady Lenton from the Cloverdale Tritons. In preliminaries this morning, Tyrell O'Dwyer swam a 58.34, which is a new meet record, breaking the previous record set in 2001 of 58.57 by swimmer last name Winkelmeyer. So let's see if he can break the record that he set this morning, break his own record.
Absolutely, but we also have Owen Buffett who swam a 59.40 in prelims this morning, so right on the heels, and I bet he's probably hungry for that gold medal, so see if that transpires into some serious pressure here.
Yeah, let's see what O'Dwyer can do and what the rest of the field can do. Really tightly bunched for second place between lanes 1, 2, and 5. Lane 1 is Deng, 2 is Elzinga, 5 is Buffett. O'Dwyer is distancing himself from the rest of the swimmers. Just really nice, steady, consistent strokes. The form is fantastic as he approaches the wall. Really smooth onto the bulkhead. He's on the final 25 already, just 44 seconds in. O'Dwyer extending his lead. What is his time going to be? Is he going to beat what he did this morning? Battle now is going to be for second and third place, third and fourth place. Gold medal does go to O'Dwyer, time of 56.87, obliterating the meet record. Congratulations to him. Silver medal does go to Buffett, a time of 59.31, and the bronze medal goes to Lucas Elzinga in lane number 2, a time of 1:55, taking 2 seconds off what he did this morning. Great swim by Elzinga. Unbelievable swim by O'Dwyer. He is just demolishing things this weekend. It's been a great weekend so far for him. From the Dawson Creek Seals, Tyrell O'Dwyer. Next up, we're going to have the B final for the boys division 7 100-meter butterfly. Lane number 1 is Justin Weeb from Burnaby Mountain. Lane 2, Kieran Walsh of the Cloverdale Tritons. Lane 3, Tyler Hilton from Salmon Arm. Lane number 4, Cohen Coughlin from White Rock. Lane number 5, Andrew Friesen from the Kootenay Piranhas. Lane number 6, Grady McCauley from Trail. Lane 7, Liam Wigger from Courtney Blue Devils. And lane number 8 is Colby Watson from the Prince George Pisces. We are moving through these races at a really good pace. We started 15 minutes late, but we're holding on to that pace. This race was scheduled to be at 2:24 originally if we'd started on time. We're at 2:44 right now, so we're moving along nicely, although we do have a slight delay here. Not sure what was going on in lane number 4 there. A little chuckle going on from the swimmer. Okay. Here we go. Into the water they go. Really good jump in lane 8. That was Colby Watson from the Prince George Pisces. He had a great jump off the blocks and good reaction time. Our leaders appear to be lanes 2 and 5. Lane 2 is Kieran Walsh, and lane 5 is Andrew Friesen from the Piranhas, the Kootenays Piranhas. Lead still being held by lane 2. That is Kieran Walsh from the Cloverdale Tritons. He's trying to extend that lead. Is he going to be able to hold it through the full 100 meters of butterfly? Good swim, good strong swim still going on by Colby Watson in lane 8 from the Prince George Pisces. Is his strong start going to translate into a top 3 position? Lane number 2 is Kieran Walsh. He is being chased hard in lane 3 by Tyler Hilton from Salmon Arm. Walsh is going to be the first to the bulkhead into the final 25 meters. Let's see how clean his turn is. He extends his lead just a little bit, really being pushed by lane 8, Colby Watson from the Prince George Pisces, but still holding onto the lead. Lane number 2, Kieran Walsh of the Cloverdale Tritons, and now pulling ahead in lane number 7, Liam Wigger into the second place position, coming down to the touch. First place is Walsh in lane number 2. Second place is Wigger, a late charge on the final 25 from the Courtney Blue Devils. And third place goes to Friesen in lane number 5, a time of 1:05.12. Well done by all of those swimmers. I'm sure they're breathing hard and heavy, and they are going to move out of the way, which means we are going to move on to the girls' Division 8 100-meter butterfly. This will be the A final. In lane number 1 will be Megan Bonikowski from Nelson. Lane 2, Justine Gouillet from Prince George Pisces. Lane 3, Brielle Woodruff from the Langley Flippers. Lane 4, Lauren Deal from Poco Marlins. Lane 5, Cami Hill of Burnaby. Lane 6, Jenna Blythe of North Van. Lane 7 is Sasha Eaton from Nelson. And lane number 8 is Michelle Ruff from the Langley Flippers. Into the water they go with the early lead, neck and neck in lanes 5 and 6. Lane number 5 is Cami Hill. 6 is Jenna Blythe coming off the bulkhead. They're the first two to hit the bulkhead. Let's see the quality of the turns and see who emerges with the lead. It is still lane number 5. That is Cami Hill in lane 5, holding off Jenna Blythe right beside her in lane number 6. The rest of the swimmers tightly bunched in lanes 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 Bonikowski, 2 Gouillet, 3 Woodruff, 4 Deal for the third place position. Emerging with the slight lead for the third place position, lane number 4, that is Lauren Deal, but it is still Cami Hill in lane 5 with the lead in this race. Is Deal going to be able to move up into the silver medal position and take over Blythe? Coming off the bulkhead, final 25 meters, it is Cami Hill still with the lead. She emerges from her underwaters with the lead. Second place now being held by lane number 3. That is Brielle Woodruff. Is Woodruff going to be able to hold up Deal? Are they all going to be able to hold up Blythe? Gold medal indeed is going to go to Cami Hill with a time of 1:18.01. Silver medal ends up being Woodruff in lane number 3, and the bronze medal goes to Deal, a time of 1:10.50 in lane number 4. Really good race by some outside lanes there. Lane number 3, and even lane number 1, Bonikowski had a strong race there. But the gold medal goes to one of the top seeds in there, and that was Cami Hill. We're going to have the B final for the girls' Division 8 100-meter butterfly. In lane number 3 will be Sandra Vasile from the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 4, Kira Anderson from Princeton, and lane number 5, Hannah Unger from the Abbotsford Whalers. They're into the water now and underway. Emerging from their underwaters, really close between lanes 5 and 4. 5 is Unger, 4 is Anderson. And trying to stay in close, tightly bunched to them is Sandra Vasile.
Yeah, almost a simultaneous touch on the wall, and we have in lanes 4 and 5. And they managed to pretty much push off at the exact same time, but also at the exact same speed. They are neck and neck coming into the end of their first 50, and we'll see how this plays out. We have a slight advantage in lane 5, and lane 5 is Hannah Unger, and right on her tail is Kiaria Anderson with Sandra Vasile in third.
Well, if we look at the preliminary times from this morning, separating Anderson and Unger, Anderson swam a 1:25.59 and Unger just not even a half second behind her at 1:25.96. So we'll see what happens here as they're into their final 25. The lead still is Unger in lane number 5. She is actually distancing herself just a little bit. Anderson has slipped back to about her ankles. They only have 5 meters left to go. First place looks like it is going to go to Unger. What's her time going to be? She comes in, touches the wall, a time of 1:21.60, 4 seconds off what she did this morning. Anderson comes in at 1:24.50, taking still a full second off what she did. And Vancouver coming in here, let's see if she can improve on her time from this morning. She swam a 1:47.31, and she is going to come in and get into the touchpad with a time of 1:40.73. So she takes 7 seconds off of her time from this morning. Well done by all 3 of those swimmers. We're getting to head into the boys Division 8 100-meter butterfly. This is the medal race. In lane number 1, Devin Dupuis from Port Moody. Lane 2, Ethan Jones of Mission. Lane 3, Jack Savage at the Ducks. Lane 4, Lucas Buck of Squamish. Lane 5, Cameron Dixon from the Wanda Fuca Royals. Wanda Fuca on Vancouver Island. Lane number 6, Daniel Lynn from Coquitlam. Lane 7, Drew Edwards from the Oak Bay Orcas. And lane number 8 is Lucas Forsander from the North Band Cruisers. A lot of power in the pool right now. You can feel it here, just like in the Div 7 boys race. You can just feel the raw power of these swimmers. A lot of these swimmers are the coaches with the teams. They are competing because they like to show their younger swimmers to never stop racing, never stop training, and the younger swimmers love to watch this kind of thing. They like to watch their swimmers, their coaches race.
Lanes 1 to 6, pretty much synchronous coming into the wall there. They are even straight
close.
across.
So close. Lane 3 with, I would say, the slight lead. That is Jack Savage from the Ducks. But now pulling ahead, that is Lucas Buck of Squamish in lane number 4. 25 meters to go. I would say this finish is going to come down to the touch for the podium decisions here. Like I said, Ethan Jones in lane number 2. He had some great turns, but off the strokes, what's it going to be? It is Jones in lane 2 with the gold medal, a time of 58.18. He took 3 seconds off of his seed time. Silver medal goes, so what do we got here?
Yeah, silver medal, just 0.04 of a second behind. 58.22 goes to Buck. Wow, what a tight race.
I'm sorry, it's gone from the scoreboard already, so I didn't even catch who got the bronze medal on
that.
That
was, I believe, Ethan Jones in lane 2, but we'll have to confirm that.
Yeah. Regardless, it was a fantastic swim filled with power. We're going to have the B final for the boys Division 8 100-meter butterfly. Lane number 1, Michael Sutcliffe, North Band Cruisers. Lane 2, Tim W. from the Poco Marlins. Lane 3, Darby Walsh of the Tritons. Lane 4, Owen Turnicliffe from Burnaby. Lane 5, John McKay, the Oak Bay Orcas. Lane 6, Vaughn Sandquist from Burnaby Mountain. And lane number 7 is Jeremy Felix from the Surrey Sea Lions. Our leader is in lane number 6. That is Vaughn Sandquist from Burnaby Mountain. And no, it's not anymore. I didn't see him come up out of his turn. That is Owen Turnicliffe from Burnaby. He is in first place after 50 meters, a time of 27.60. Second place belonging to Sandquist as they touch the wall. And third place, McKay in lane number 5. Extending his lead, that's Owen Turnicliffe from Burnaby in lane number 4. He's the first to the bulkhead. Second to the bulkhead is John McKay of the Oak Bay Orcas. And third to the bulkhead, I can't even see because they're underwater and the glare coming through the windows, but it's definitely Owen Turnicliffe of Burnaby. He is going to have the first place position in this race. His time will be 58.94. For first place, second place is Sandquist, and third place is John McKay from the Oak Bay Orcas, a time of 1:03.16.
And just a follow-up from our Heat 1 A final from Event 220 Boys OCAT Div 8 100 Butterfly. That was Cameron Dixon taking the bronze medal there. Perfect. In lane 5.
Perfect. Thanks for that update. Great detective work. All right, we are going to change strokes now, and we're going to shorten the course. It's back to 50-meter races, and we're starting with B finals again now. Coming up next is the girls Division 1 50-meter backstroke. This is the B final. In lane number 1 will be Breezy Chan from Crescent Beach. Lane 2, Meredith Clement from the Ogopogos. Lane 3, Cecilia Goat from Burnaby Mountain. Lane 4, Kate Key from Poco Marlins. Lane 5 is Emma Holden from Chilliwack. Lane 6 is Elise Gabrielle Layarka from Merritt. Lane number 7 is Charlotte Jung from Squamish. And lane number 8 is Taya Spears from the Richmond Kigus.
Okay, and they're off. This is our B final. We've gone back to Div 1, so this is our B final, and we're doing 50 meters of backstroke, and great starts across the way. We have in lane 3 taking an early lead, we have Tegan Fowler, and they're just coming into the final few meters of their first length, and we'll see how those turns go. Oh, great turns, ladies. Okay, and still in first place is Tegan Fowler, but right on her heels is lane 4, and that is, lane 5. That is Cameron Zay. And third place is neck and neck across the board. It looks like it may be lane 1. Oh, it's going to be too close to tell, but we do have our winner is wrong heat. Cecilia Goat in lane 3 will be our winner. We have Miss Holden in lane 2, or in second place, and Lajarka as our third place winner. That is our B final. Now into the pool is our A final. Again, this is girls Div 1, 50 backstroke. Just clearing the pool.
So with the backstroke, they whistle the next swimmers in, and at that time the previous swimmers are to exit the pool. This is the A final for the girls Division 1 50-meter backstroke. Lane number 1, Avery Johnson, Chilliwack. Lane 2, Blakely Wilkins, Squamish. Lane 3, Tegan Fowler of Abbotsford. Lane 4, Carmen Say from the City Piranhas. Lane 5, Annabelle Povazan from Haney. Lane 6, Danielle Lee from the Vikings. Lane 7, Sienna Hughes from Poco Marlins. Lane number 8 is Soraya Akami from Coquitlam. Our leader is in lane number 4. That is our top seed. That is Carmen Say from the Sydney Piranhas. She had a great turn off the bulkhead, and she is extending her lead. Seed time was 40.83. Let's see how much she knocks off of that. I don't think anybody's going to catch her for the gold medal. The real race is for silver and bronze. Silver medal position being held by lane number 3. That is Tegan Fowler from Abbotsford Whalers. Gold medal does indeed go to lane number 4. That is Carmen Say in at a time of 40.67. Our silver medal is going to Povazan in lane number 5, and bronze medal going to Fowler from Abbotsford in lane number 3, a time of 44.59. Say, Povazan, and Fowler, gold, silver, and bronze, heading to the podium for those young ladies. Our boys of Division 1 are going to head out now for the 50-meter backstroke. This will be the B final to start us off. In lane number 1 will be Jackson Hui from Burnaby Mountain. Lane 2, Kian Lee from Burnaby Mountain. Lane number 3, Simon Rossnagel, Langley Flippers. Lane 4, Kai Goto, North Shore Winter Club. Lane number 5, Hudson Rasky, Sydney Piranhas. Lane 6, Henry Glue, Quinnell. Lane 7, Davistown Sean, Wanda Fuga. And lane number 8 is Cody Chen from the Oak Bay Orcas. Waiting for the whistle here for the second whistle to take their marks. There it is, second whistle. They are underway. The B final is in the water. We've got our leader in lane number 5, right beside in lane number 6. Leader in 5 is Rasky, in 6 is Glue. Rasky from the City Piranhas, Glue from the Quinella Aquatic Club, and now pulling ahead, really strong strokes in lane 3 is Rossnagel in lane number 3. Rossnagel has a good turn as well. I'd say he still has the lead by about a head over lane 5's Rasky. Rossnagel and Rasky, they are 1 and 2. We'll see if lane number 4's Goto can make up some time here. Rossnagel trying to hold off Rasky.
Here we have lane 3 making a run for it. And lane 3, that is Rossnagel coming in, but it looks like it actually goes to
Hudson Rasky in lane number 5, first place finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Great race. Right down to the wire. Good shout out to Rosnagel for that last second push. Really gave Roski a run for his money.
That race complete, meaning it's time for us to have another race for the medals. This will be the A final for the boys Division 1 50-meter backstroke. Lane number 1 will be Jonah Dormer of Kimberley. Lane 2, Zachary Funston from North Van. Lane 3, Damian Doe from the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 4, Joseph Lee from the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 5, Cole Brecky from Haney. Lane number 6, Campbell Ruff from Langley. Lane number 7 is Joseph Hu from the North Delta Sunfish. And lane number 8, that is Devin Way from Burnaby. They are in the pool. Our leader is the top seed in lane number 4. Lane 4 is Joseph Lee from the North Delta Sunfish, being pushed hard by his teammate in lane 3, Damian Doe, and also lane number 5, Cole Brecky from the Haney Neptunes. They've made the turn, 25 meters left in this race, 25 meters on the way to hardware. Really good turn there by Lee in lane number 4. Let's see what happens with the strokes as they make their way. Silver medal position being held ever so slightly in lane number 3. That is Doe trying to hold off Brecky. Brecky pulling ahead of Doe, but the gold is definitely going to go to Lee. Time of 40.14. Silver medal does go to Brecky in lane number 5, and the bronze medal goes to Doe in lane number 3. Lee, Brecky, and Doe, gold, silver, and bronze. Time of 40.14 for the gold, 41.20 for the silver, and 41.87 for the bronze for Doe. Well done, gentlemen. It's time for us to whistle our next race into the pool, which will be the girls Division 2 50-meter backstroke. It'll be the B final. Lane number 1 will be Lauren Dufresne of the Dawson Creek Seals. Lane 2, Jade Marshall, Salt Spring Stingrays. Lane number 3, Blythe Godfrey of Chilliwack. Lane 4, Taban Zandi from the Vancouver Vikings. Lane number 5 is Francie Mead from the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 6, Isla Floye from the Ducks. Lane number 7, Summer Edge from Trail. And lane number 8 is Ava DeBoer from
Aldergrove Sea Monkeys.
The Aldergrove Sea Monkeys. Sorry, that was we don't have a ton of swimmers from them, so every time I see that acronym, it always throws me. Aldergrove Sea Monkeys, Ava DeBoer, lane number 8.
And a great name.
It is, yeah. I like that. It's a good name to say. Ava DeBoer.
Okay, and we're off, and this is our B final. We are across the pool. And hard to tell, but it looks like we are looking at Blythe Godfrey for our first place so far. Into the wall for the turn. Again, look at the screen, ladies and gentlemen. This is straight across the pool. And we are Blythe Godfrey in our lead. Second place could be lane 2, which is Jade Marshall, or it could be Taban Zandi in lane 4. And we have lane 5 making a push for first place, and that's Francie Mead. And let's see what we have for final times.
Indeed, Francie Mead, a time of 41.84 in first place. Second place going to Godfrey, time of 41.87. And third place going to Marshall in lane number 3, a time of 42.81. All right, that means we are going to move on to the A final for the girls Division 2 50-meter backstroke. In lane number 1, Lila Wood from Port Moody. Lane 2, Mia Hong, her teammate, also from Port Moody. Lane 3 is Everly Nelson from the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 4, Rio Miller from the Richmond Kigus. Lane 5 is Vivian Park of Mission. Lane 6, Esme Peters from Burnaby. Lane number 7, Esme Hartley from the Ducks. And lane number 8 is Lauren Gozen from the North Delta Sunfish. They are off and on their way. Really close right now between lanes 4, 5, and 6. 4 is Miller, 5 is Park, 6 is Peters. They've hit the bulkhead and making their turn. Suicide bucket turn in lane number 4. That is Rio Miller. She didn't do the traditional turn. She did the turn all the older swimmers do, and it has helped her as she propelled herself off the bulkhead. That is Rio Miller from the Richmond Kigus. She has her sights set on the gold medal, and nobody's going to catch her. Let's see the battle for the silver and bronze. Gold medal does go to Miller, coming down to the touch. Silver medal goes to Park in lane number 5, a time of 39:28, and just slightly behind her in lane number 6 for the bronze medal, that is Peters, a time of 39:37. Great swim by Miller and really exciting finish between Park and Peters. We will get those swimmers out of the pool, meaning we're going to move on to the boys Division 2 50-meter backstroke. We will start with the B final. Lane number 1 will be Connor Ho from the North Van Cruisers. Lane 2, Xavier Houston from Nanaimo. Lane number 3 is Andrew Cow from Burnaby Mountain. Lane 4, Agankar from the Delta Sunfish. Lane 5, Nicholas Crasto from the Richmond Kigus. Lane 6, Ari Stretch from the Ogapogos. Lane number 7, Dallas Pankoff from the Kootenay Piranhas. And lane number 8 is Alex Wang from the Vancouver Vikings.
And here we go, another great start and straight across. We have them just neck and neck in lanes 3, 4, and 5, coming into the wall on the first turn. And let's see how their streamlines off the wall put them in place. Okay, and we have in lane 4, taking the lead, Angankar. And in lane 3, right on his heels, Andrew Cow. And it looks like our third place is Nichols Crasto in lane 5. And it looks like that's going to be, oh my goodness, in lane 5 we're going, and a very simultaneous touch. Let's see how we do. And
first place, Agankar in lane number 4. Second place going to Crasto in lane number 5. And third place going to Cow in lane number 3. Winning time of 43:84. Second place 44:31. And third place 44:43. Sorry, the winning time of 43:03 in lane number 4 for Agankar. We're now going to move on to the medal round for the boys Division 2 50-meter backstroke. In lane number 1 is Eric Lim from Burnaby. Lane number 2, Declan Din from Burnaby Mountain. Lane number 3, Tiago Costa from Haney. Lane number 4, Ethan Gold of the Dawson Creek Seals. Lane number 5 is Liam Jost of Haney. Lane number 6, Hudson Meyer from the Prince George Pisces. Lane 7, Austin Peterson from Quesnel. And lane number 8 is Teddy Mead from the Sydney Piranhas. Off they go. Our gold medal race is into the water. They are underway. A really good underwater start by lanes 4 and 5. Lane number 4 is Gold, 5 is Jost. Really tightly bunched lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3, Costa, 4, Gold, 5, Jost, 6, Meyer. They come to the bulkhead and make the turn, final 25 meters. Coming from their underwaters in lane number 4 has the lead. That's our top seed. That is Ethan Gold from the Dawson Creek Seals. Ethan Gold widening his lead. The quality of that turn is what separated himself from the rest of the field. Ethan Gold on his way to the gold. Ethan Gold in lane number 4. He finishes the time of 37:63. Silver medal does go to Jost in lane number 5, and the bronze medal going to Meyer in lane number 6, a time of 39:60. Gold, Jost, and Meyer. Gold, silver, and bronze. 37:63, 39:05, and 39:60. Moves us on to the next race, which will be the girls Division 3 50-meter backstroke. It'll be the B final. In lane number 1 will be Ayla Martin from Squamish. Lane 2, Selena Way from White Rock. Lane 3, Andrea Sanchez, Crescent Beach. Lane 4, Elodie Sandler from the Ogapogos. Lane 5, Brooke Thompson from the Stingrays. Lane number 6 is Kelly Fleming of Wandafuco. Lane 7, Michelle Yang from Burnaby Mountain. Lane number 8, that is Harper Park from the Mission Marlins. We've cleared the pool from the previous swimmers. That means the referee's ready to whistle the swimmers into the water. One whistle gets them into the water. Second whistle gets them up on the blocks. Third, after the second whistle, it goes over to the starter. Take your marks. Boom. Off you go into the water. And they are underway, the B final, girls Division 3, 50-meter backstroke, almost finished their first 25 meters. Tightly bunched, I'd say an early lead is lane numbers 1 and 8, actually. Ayla Martin in lane number 1, Harper Park in lane number 8. Let's see their turns, still emerging from the turns. The lead still is lane 8, that is Harper Park, but trying to overtake her, the top seed, lane number 4, is Elodie Sandler from the Ogapogos. Sandler does pull ahead with her strokes, as do lanes 3 and 5. 3 is Sanchez, 5 is Thompson. Going to come down to the touch here between 4 and 5, Sandler and Thompson. It is Sandler in first place in lane number 4. I think there might have been a soft touch for second place. It shows as Wei in lane number 2, and third place going to Yang in lane number 7. But I'm pretty sure that there was a soft touch there. They will catch that on the scoring computers. We'll move on to the A final now for the hardware girls Division 3 50-meter backstroke. In lane number 1 will be Evelyn Wang, Burnaby Mountain. Lane 2, Zoe Kwan of Poco Marlins. Lane 3, Hazel Tornvleet from Abbotsford Whalers. Lane 4, Leah Parley from White Rock. Lane 5, Noah Whittle from Poco Marlins. Lane 6, Elise Curtis from the Richmond Kigus. Lane number 7, Hannah Lee from the North Delta Sunfish. Lane number 8 is Maya Fulger from the Port Moody Aquarians. We've had our first whistle. There's our second whistle. It's time to turn it over to the starter. And away they go. They are into the water. Good starts by all the swimmers. Good clean starts there. Good underwaters. But our early leader is the top seed in lane number 4. That is Leah Parley. Beside her, Hazel Tornvleet in lane number 3. And also on her other side is Noah Whittle from the Poco Marlins. First to the wall is lanes 3, 4, and 5. Tornvleet, Parley, and Whittle, respectively. Emerging from the turn, that is Parley with the lead. But pushing hard in lane number 8 is Maya Fulger from Port Moody. See if she can find her way onto the podium. And also in lane number 6, that is Elise Curtis. Going to come down to the touch here. It's going to be an interesting finish. Gold medal goes to Parley in lane number 4, time of 36.90. Silver medal goes to Curtis in lane number 6, a time of 37.04. And the bronze medal does indeed go to Fulger in lane number 8, a little outside smoke, time of 37.38. Congratulations to those ladies. A really good final 25 meters by Fulger in lane number 8 of the Port Moody Aquarians.
What an exciting race. That was so close. I couldn't even read the times. I was looking at who was coming into the wall, and again, very similar to our conversation earlier about fly, is it really just depended on where they were at in their stroke in terms of who touched when, because their bodies were neck and neck coming into the wall there.
When you're looking at the pool, you'll see different things on there, and there's the flags. And what the swimmers do is they count their strokes. They know how many strokes they should take before they get to the end of the wall once they pass underneath those flags. Just like looking down at the bottom of the pool, they can see the cross T's on there. Those are markers, and those are what guides them. But these swimmers, adrenaline changes their stroke count, right? So we're underway now with the B final of the boys Division 3 50-meter backstroke. Lane number 1, Matthew Ming Lum of the Vikings. Lane 2, Breslin Nilsson of Haney. Lane 3, Ryan Johnson of Crescent Beach. Lane 4, Brendan Wang, Vancouver Vikings. Lane 5, Echo Yao from the Richmond Kigus. Lane 6, Jackson Hugh, Cowichan Valley. Lane 7, Jaden Wang of the Vikings. And lane number 8 is Keith and Pudi from Burnaby Mountain. Just like that, they've only got 10 meters left in this race as they pass the red mark on the lane markers. In lane number 4, that is our top seed. That is our leader. That is Brandon Wang from the Vancouver Vikings. He's going to be the first to touch the wall. Second place is going to be close between lanes 2 and 5. It is lane 2, Nilsson. In lane 2, second place, and third place going to lane number 5, Yao. Winning time 38.76, followed by 39.65 and 39.84. We'll move on now to the boys Division 3 50-meter backstroke. This is the A final for the medals. Lane number 1 is Mauricio Rinch from the Orcas, Oak Bay Orcas. Lane number 2 is Alden Fang from the Surrey Sea Lions. Lane 3, Bobby Lewis from the Kootenay Piranhas. Lane 4, Elijah Bradford from Penticton. Lane number 5, Ty DeBoer from Haney Neptunes. Lane number 6 is Hugo Barucci from the Ducks. Lane number 7 is Sam Bridge from the Ogopogo's. And lane number 8 is Ian Nye from the Coquitlam Sharks. We've cleared the pool of the previous swimmers. There is that first whistle to get the swimmers into the water. You're going to hear that second whistle shortly. Swimmers are on their way. This is the A final for the medals. Boys Division 3, really good jump there in lanes 3, 4, and 5. And also lane 1, Mauricio Rinch in lane 1 trying to join into the medal conversation here. Trying to join in with Bobby Lewis, Elijah Bradford, and Ty DeBoer. They're making their turns on the bulkhead. Emerging first from the underwater in lane number 3. That is Bobby Lewis from the Kootenay Piranhas. He is pulling ahead. A charge happening now in lanes 5 and 4. Lane 5, DeBoer. 4 is Bradford. Is Lewis going to be able to hold them off? Lewis does indeed find himself with the gold medal with Grand Forks. Lewis in lane number 3, a time of 35.97 for the gold. Silver medal goes to DeBoer in lane number 5. And the bronze medal goes to Bradford in lane number 4, 35.97, 36.37, and 36.68. Lewis, DeBoer, and Bradford, gold, silver, and bronze. Next up will be the girls' OCAT 150-meter backstroke. This will be the B final up first. Sophia Chen of the Sunfish in lane 1. Lex Brasnat of the Ogopogo's lane 2. Carmen Tucker of Chilliwack lane 3. Jessica Jensen of the Sydney Piranhas in lane 4. Felicia Gao of White Rock in lane 5. In lane number 6 is Alice Fan from the Surrey Sea Lions. In lane 7, Jasmine Masrin from the White Rock. And lane number 8 is Tanya Zerai from Nanaimo.
Okay, and we have all these swimmers out of the pool. We'll be getting our swimmers in soon, as soon as the clerk of the course, or the referee gets them going in. There we go, our first whistle, and swimmers are in the water. Up on the blocks, taking their positions. Second whistle. Okay, and our B final is off. Really good streamline in lane 5, and that is Felicia Gao, and that has put her in a great lead position coming into the first turn. We have lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5 all aligned up. Great turn again off the wall by Felicia Gao in lane 5, and that's keeping her in a solid lead. She has, but in lane 3 we have Carmen Tucker of Chilliwack putting some serious pressure on, and in lane 2, Lux Brasnat, they are neck and neck, so it is going to be lane 5, Felicia Gao taking the lead, and between Brasnat and Tucker in lanes 2 and 3. Let's see where we land. Okay, so it is Gao in first, Brasnat second, and third goes to Tucker. Great race, ladies.
We're going to move on now into the A final for girls OCAT 150-meter backstroke. Lane number 1 will be Shelby Slang from the Ogopogos. Lane 2, Elizabeth Enger from Campbell River. Lane 3, Mia Wang from Coquitlam. Lane 4, Brooklyn Brecky from Haney. Lane 5, Grace Cole from the Salt Spring Stingrays. Lane 6, Bryn Emerson from Squamish. Lane number 7 is Tara Rana from the White Rock Super Guppies. And lane number 8 is Isabel Lee, also from the White Rock Super Guppies. Here we go. Swimmers have been whistled into the pool, waiting for the whistle over to the starter. There it is, whistle over to the starter, and they're going to be underway here momentarily, taking their marks. And they are off and into the water. Our A final for the girls OCAT 150-meter backstroke is underway. Really good jump there in lanes 3, 4, and 5. 3 is Wang, 4 Brecky, 5 Cole. They are our leaders as they come up to the bulkhead to make their first turn, pulling away with their strokes in lane number 4, the top seed. That is Brooklyn Brecky from the Haney Neptunes. Let's see her turn. She actually made up some time on the turn and extended her lead as she came out of the water. Brooklyn Brecky in lane number 4 being chased by Wang in 3 and Cole in 5. Really, the race is going to be for silver and bronze at this point. Brecky is going to find herself on the gold medal position. Brecky in first place, time of 34.93. Silver medal goes to Cole of Salt Spring Stingrays, time of 37.23. And third place goes to Wang in lane number 3, a time of 37.36. Congratulations, ladies. You are podium bound. Head on there. Your parents are waiting to take your photos. We will move on now for the boys OCAT 150-meter backstroke. This will be the B final. Lane number 1 will be Noah Brown of the Oak Bay Orcas. Lane 2, Samuel Young from Chilliwack. Lane 3, Joe Zhang of the Vancouver Vikings. Lane 4, Jesse Krestinsky from Campbell River. Lane 5, Dayton Perry from the Langley Flippers. Lane 6, Alistair Vanacek from Campbell River. Lane number 7, Charlie Fritz from the Ogopogos. And lane number 8, Charlie Paxson from Penticton. A couple Charlies side by side there. They are into the water.
And they're off in an early start. We have lanes 1 and 2 taking early leads, but lane 7 is also putting a lot of pressure in. So for lanes 1, we have Noah Brown. Lane 2, we have Samuel Young, and lane 7, we are looking at Charlie Fritz, one of our Charlies, in that top 3, coming off the wall. Really good turns, but we're evening out the field. But we still have that Samuel Young in lane 2 as our lead. We're now starting to fan out. Second place, we're looking at Joe Zhang of the Vikings in lane 3, and it looks like we have a touch from Samuel Al Young in lane 2 as our first place. Joe Zhang in lane 3, and Krasinski in lane 4 is going to be our third place. That's our heat, or our B final for event 228, boys OCAT 50 backstroke. Nice work, gentlemen.
Great work by them, which means we're going to move on now to the A final. In lane number 1 will be Alexander Shang from the Sunfish. Lane 2, Caden Yan of the Sunfish as well. Lane number 3, Oliver Zhang from White Rock. Lane 4, Lanson Kammer. Said his name a lot so far this weekend. In lane number 5, Aaron Nee of the Sunfish. Lane number 6, Jonathan Han of White Rock. Lane number 7, Ethan Buembo from the Sunfish. And lane number 8 is Alex Luo from the Surrey Sea Lions. In preliminaries this morning, Lanson Kammer, he came close to the meet record but didn't quite get it. He swam a 32.83. The meet record is 32.64, so let's see if he is going for yet another meet record. They are underway and they are stroking. They've emerged from their underwater jumps. Our leader in lane number 4, that is the top seed, Lanson Kammer of the White Rock Super Guppies. Close for second and third right now in lanes 3 and 5. 3 is Zhang, 5 is Nee. They've made the turn. Kammer already on the home stretch, 15 meters separating him and a gold medal, but let's see what his time's going to be. Silver medal position being held by lane number 3, Zhang. Bronze medal position being held by lane number 5, Aaron Nee. Time coming in for Kammer is 31.48. That is indeed a new meet record and a gold medal for Kammer. 4 of those, and then the silver medal going to Nee in lane number 5, bronze medal going to Zhang in lane number 3. Kammer, Nee, and Zhang, gold, silver, and bronze. 31.48, new meet record is your gold medal time. 36.45 is your second place silver medal time. And oh wow, we actually have a tie for second place. Second place, Zhang and Nee had times with 36.45 each. We had it adjusted for the soft touch, and that is indeed what they've got. Those gentlemen will share a silver medal.
Fantastic. What an exciting race and an impressive victory for Lanson Kammer.
We'll move on to the girls of Division 4. This will be a B final. This is now 100 meters of backstroke, so don't get excited when they finish 50 meters because the race ain't over yet. In lane number 1 will be Sydney Gill, North Shore Winter Club. Lane number 2, Romalia Matt, North Shore Winter Club. Lane number 3, Delilah Townshawn from Juan de Fuca. Lane number 4, Lily Rashad from the North Delta Sunfish. Lane number 5, Lexi Jo Friesen of the Kootenay Piranhas. Lane number 6 is Charlie Friesen from Burnaby Mountain. Lane number 8 is Kaylee Jantz Caranu from Chilliwack. And lane number 8 is Savannah Olson from Juan de Fuca.
All right, and we are off. So this is our B final. 100 meters backstroke. And great starts from lane 3 and 4. We have Townshawn and Rashad with an early lead coming into the first turn. And out they pop, a little bit of change. We have lanes 3 and 4 still in plus, and that's Townshawn and Rashad still leading. Lots of pressure though coming from lanes 6 and 7. That is Friesen, Charlie Friesen, and Kaylee Caranu. They are pushing hard to determine who's going to take that third place. This is a B final though, so this is not a medal race. Again, we still have coming in our lead in lane 3, Townshawn coming into her final turn off of the wall and maintaining that lead. She is about a full body length ahead of Rashad in lane 4. And we've had a little bit of separation in lane 6, now taking that third place, and that is Charlie Friesen. But Kaylee Caranu is tight on her heels, and Kaylee is swimming hard. But it is going to be Townshawn first, Rashad second, and Charlie Friesen in lane 6 as third. That's a 1:16.35 for Townshawn, 1:17.82 for Rashad, and 1:19.29 for Friesen.
Good race by those ladies. Yeah, absolutely a good swim. We're going to move on to the A final for the girls Division 4 100 meter backstroke. In lane number 1 will be Ella Babbings of the Ogapogos. Lane 2, Collins Creighton of the Ducks. Lane 3, Rhea Payment from Coquitlam. Lane 4, Emma Croston from Coquitlam. Lane number 5 is Alina Ziffley from the Wave. Lane number 6, Marin Strosher from the Sydney Piranhas. Lane number 7, Annika Crawford from Golden. And lane number 8 is Claire Rubelli from the Vikings. Not sure what's going on. Swimmers were told to step back, so maybe we're waiting for things to quiet down just a little bit, make sure we've got the right swimmers in the right places. So we're just getting some stuff figured out behind the scenes, not quite sure what's going on. I thought we had all 8 of our swimmers to be whistled up there. Ah, I see what's going on. We have a timer change going on. That's what our little delay is here. We're switching out our timers. They've done their 2-hour or their shift here, timing for finals, and now they are ready to change them out.
Yeah, super diligent. Those timers have gotten a few steps in springing out of their chairs with those tight finishes today.
Absolutely. Best seat in the house, though, to watch the races, I tell you.
Absolutely. You can see them shift their chairs back as the larger kids and coaches get into the pool. And
absolutely. But, you know, I tell you, from my over the years, you want those chairs as close to the pool as possible at the outdoor pools when it's really hot in the summer, so you get a nice splash from the older swimmers as they finish their race or do a turn. That's so refreshing. All right, we're getting ready to start the girls Division 4 100-meter backstroke. This is the A final. They are underway. They've emerged from their underwaters and tightly bunched. Lanes 4, 5, 6, and 7. 4 pavement. 3 pavement, 4 Croston, 5 Ziffley, 6 is Strocher. They've completed 25 meters emerging off the turn. That is our top seed with the lead. That is lane number 4, and that is Emma Croston from the Coquitlam Sharks. Emma Croston holding off a charge from lane number 3, Rhea Payment, also of the Coquitlam Sharks, her teammate, and lanes 5 and 6, that is Ziffley, and that is Strocher. Coming off the wall there, second 50 is underway, trying to widen her lead. That is Emma Croston in lane number 4 of the Coquitlam Sharks. Let's see what can happen from lanes 3 and 5. 3 is Payment, 5 is Ziffley. Payment, her teammate from Coquitlam, trying to catch up to Croston. Croston makes the turn. She has 25 meters left. That's all that separates her and a gold medal. Is Payment going to be able to make a move? Let's see if she has another gear to kick it into. Payment is moving into a solid, she is definitely in a solid second place. She's trying to overtake her, and a charge by Ziffley as well. Ziffley, Croston, Payment, Croston, Ziffley, Payment in with the gold medal, a time of 1:13.32. She outtouched Croston, her teammate, with a time of 1:13.53, and the bronze medal goes to Ziffley in lane number 3 with a time of in lane number 5 with a time of 1:13.72. Payment, Croston, and Ziffley are headed to the podium. They have cleared the pool just like that, and it means we're going to move on to the boys Division 4 100-meter backstroke. This will be the B final. In lane number 4 will be Jackson Oviatt of the Prince George Pisces. Lane 2, Nathan Tana of Golden. Lane 3, Jalen Landry of the Sunfish. Lane 4, Noah Peters of Burnaby. Lane 5, Liam Yo Smith of the Vikings. Lane number 6, Evander Houston Nanaimo. Lane number 7, Mackie Rioch of Kamloops. And lane number 8 is Wyatt Fowler of the Abbotsford Whalers. Ryan, this race is yours.
All right, here we're off with our B final. Great push off. Flying off those blocks and pretty even across. We're starting to see a early push from lane 5 as that is Liam Yu Smith taking the lead coming off our first turn. It is still Liam Yu Smith in first, but giving him a lot of pressure in lane 4 is Noah Peters of Burnaby. And we see a very tight race in lane 2 as well with that pressure, and that is Nathan Tan, and that is from Golden. Coming into our second 50 as part of this race, we're still having, in lane 4, Noah Peters in his lead. He's holding it into the wall. This is our final touch. So it's Noah Peters in 4. It is Liam Yu Smith in lane 5. And we are looking between lane 2 and 3, and that's Nathan Tan and Jalen Landry in lanes 2 and 3. And we're starting to fan out. But Noah Peters is taking a commanding lead here coming into the final wall. And we also have Liam U. Smith is going to be our number 2 in lane 5. And in lane 6, Evander Houston is going to take the bronze medal. So that is Peters, U. Smith, and Houston. Peters winning with a time of 1:15.28. U. Smith 1:16.90, and Houston is 1:17.90.
We'll move on now to the A final for the boys Division 4 100-meter backstroke. For the hardware, lane number 1, Jonah Leong of the Vikings. Lane 2, Lucas Ryberchuk from Poco Marlins. Lane 3, Chase Phillips, Poco Marlins. Lane 4, Matthew Hooper, Poco Marlins. Lane 5, Kai McCallum, Crescent Beach. Lane number 6 is Ivan Cadaccio from the Sunfish. Lane number 7, Lucas McCormick from Mission. And lane number 8 is Phoenix Richards from the Poco Marlins. In the preliminaries this morning, Matthew Hooper swam a time of 1:06.44. The meet record is 1:04.16, set in 2017 by Nate Trong of the Sydney Piranhas. We'll see if Matthew Hooper potentially has more than a gold medal on his mind. We'll see if he has a meet record on his mind as well. They have been whistled up and are getting ready for the starter, and they are into the water. Good jump there by all swimmers. Really good jump in lane 4. That is the aforementioned Matthew Hooper. We'll see what sort of race he can have. In his hip pocket, either side of him, lanes 3 and 5. Chase Phillips is doing some chasing, and Kai McCallum in lane number 5 is trying to catch up as well. But it is Matthew Hooper. His seed time was 8 seconds faster than the closest competitor, so the real race will be here for the silver and bronze medals, as Matthew Hooper is going to be the gentleman. He had a great seed time, barring something. He's widening his lead right now. Matthew Hooper from the Poco Marlins. He stretches out the lead in a really good race happening in lane number 1. Great race by Jonah Leong from the Vancouver Vikings. He has himself in the silver medal position right now, and the bronze medal position currently being held by lane number 3 is Chase Phillips. It is Hooper, it is Leong, and it is Phillips. They are 1, 2, 3 right now. Hooper just widening his lead. He only has 10 meters left to go as the others are coming off the bulkhead. What's the time going to be for Hooper? Who's going to get the silver? Who's going to get the bronze? Hooper comes in. His time is 1:04.94. Not quite the meet record, about half second off. Silver medal, bronze medal is going to be close between lanes 1, 3, and 5. And the silver medal does go to Leong in lane number 1, and the bronze medal goes to Phillips in lane number 3. Gold medal time of 1:04.94, silver medal time of 1:13.74, and just 0.03 behind him is Phillips, a time of 1:13.77 for the bronze medal. Great race there from lanes 1 and 3. We're going to move on for the girls Division 5 100-meter backstroke, and this is now moving into the senior swimmers. We do have the medal races first, followed by the consolation race. So this race here is also for the medals. In lane number 1 will be Abigail Cheung from the Richmond Kigus. Lane 2, Cecilia Hobgood of the Ducks. Lane 3, Gabby Chevalier of North Van Cruisers. Lane 4, Julia Longmuir from Haney Neptunes. Lane number 5 is Addison Tate from the Sydney Piranhas. Lane number 6, Ilya Cooper of Squamish. Lane 7, Natalie Snowden from the Kootenay Piranhas. And in lane number 8, we find Gwenna Fopel from Chilliwack. Our swimmers are being removed, and now we have a little switch over of officials. We changed the timers, and now we're going to switch over our meet referee and backup referees.
Yeah, huge shout out to the volunteers that have put in a lot of hours to make these weekends and swim meets all summer long run, and they're putting in overtime here today to make that happen, and doing a fantastic job and diligent work, making sure we got good times, accurate times, and fair races. So thank you to everyone.
I agree with you 100%, Ryan, and I highly encourage parents to get involved with the officiating with the white shirts. You get a nice white shirt, you get fed deck food while you're working, and we can't run the meets without the officials. You have the best view of the pool, and it's a vital part of running not only the provincial championships but regionals and our meets every week throughout the summer. I highly encourage everybody to get involved in white shirting. All right, we are underway for the girls Division 5 100-meter backstroke. They are into the water, and our leaders are in lanes 4 and 5, and in lane number 1. Really good jump by Abigail Chung by the Kigus in lane number 1, and Julia Longmuir and Addison Tate. Haney Neptunes in lane 4, Addison Tate of the City Piranhas in lane number 5. Still with the lead in lane number 1. That is Abigail Chung from the Richmond Kigus. but she is being pushed hard by lanes 3 and 4. Lane 3 is Gabby Chevalier, and lane 4 is Julia Longmuir. It looks like Longmuir is the first to the wall to complete her 50 meters. She is coming off the wall on a great turn there. She extended her lead. Closest swimmer is about at her hips and moving back to her knees over there in lane number 3. Longmuir with the lead over Chevalier. Trying to push hard to maintain a podium position in lane 1 as Abigail Chiang. They've hit the bulkhead. They only have 25 meters left to go in this 100-meter race. Really good turn there in lane 4. That is Julia Longmuir. That is Chevalier with her. Pushing hard now, regaining a podium position in lane number 5 is Addison Tate. Addison Tate trying to hold off Abigail Chung. It is going to be gold medal is going to go to Longmuir. Silver medal is going to go to Chevalier. And the bronze medal is going to Addison Tate from the Sydney Piranhas. Longmuir, Chevalier, Tate, gold, silver, bronze. Time of 108.95, 110.19, and 111.04. Lanes 3, 4, and 5. Our next race will be the B final for the girls division 5 100-meter backstroke. Lane number 1, Erin Turchansky, Nanaimo. Lane 2, Amelie Scotto from Coquitlam. Lane 3, Jaden Danelik from Salmon Arm. Lane 4, Lauren McKenzie Penticton. Lane 5, Alicia Bartz at Port Moody. Lane 6, Maya Paul from Coquitlam. Lane 7 is Kaya Larson from the Ducks. And lane number 8 is Meloy Rade from the North Van Cruisers. And Ryan's going to call this race.
Here we go, and we're off. Midway through our first length, and we have a pretty good split, but we have lane 4, our number 1 seeded Lauren McKenzie, taking us into the first wall, and it looks very close between lane 4 and lane 5, and that's Alicia Bartz from the Port Moody Aquarians. They are shoulder to shoulder as they're coming into their second 50, and they're going to maintain that all the way. But we look like we're in lane 5. Alicia Bartz is starting to take a lead. So we have Alicia Bartz coming into the third wall, followed by Lauren McKenzie, and in lane 2, Emile Scotto in lane 2. They are 1, 2, and 3 at the moment. Making a move in lane 5, we have Alicia Bartz now taking the lead, followed by Lauren McKenzie and Emile Scotto in lane 2. Alicia Bartz maintaining about half a body length, coming in strong, maintaining a good consistent stroke, and that distance is staying the same. It looks like it is going to be Bartz, McKenzie, and Scotto with times of 1:13.67, 1:14.27, and 1:15.92 for Scotto. So congratulations, ladies, for your B final. All right, and coming up into event 232, boys Div 5 100 backstroke. We're going to start off with our A final. As soon as they can clear the pool, our boys will be hopping in, and there we go. We see with the older swimmers, they can pop right out over the bulkhead or the end, rather than the little ones have a hard time getting up. Okay, and our A final is off. In lane 1, we have Parker White of the Stingrays. We have Ryan Gill in lane 2 from Mission. We have Eden Young in lane 3 from the Coquitlam Sharks. Jonas Laundry from the North Delta Starfish. In lane 5, we have Andrew Wood of the Kigu. Luke Francis is in lane 6 of the Coquitlam Sharks. Finley Lowe Peters of Nanaimo is in lane 7, and Davin Rollins is in lane 8, and he is from the Sharks. We're looking at lane 4 coming into our first 50 of the Sunfish. That is Jonas Landry, and he is in the lead, followed closely by Eden Young in lane 3. But we see Landry accelerating significantly. He just added an entire body length. He is cruising into the final wall. So in our last 25, we have Jonas Landry in lane 4, swimming his heart out. In lane 3, Eden Young trying to maintain a second, and a good battle in lanes 5 and 6, and that is between Andrew Wood and Luke Francis. So it is Landry in lane 4, Eden Young, and stand by for our third place. That is Wood with a time of 1:07.42. Landry, Young, and Wood. Congratulations, gentlemen, on your gold medal and bronze. Or gold, silver, and okay, that race is completed. We'll get the swimmers out of the pool, and our B final will start. And this is again for boys Div 5 100 backstroke. We're going to have Hudson Storzuk of Chilliwack in lane 1. We're going to have Matthew Lanshire of Burnaby in lane 2. Eric Meow in lane 3 of the Vikings. Oscar Blackstone of North Shore Winter Club in lane 4. Kingston Miller of the Kigu in lane 5. Torsten Hopkins of Sydney in lane 6. Lane 7 is Chris Relander of Mission, and Burnaby Mountain Mantas have Lucas Ma in lane 8, and they are in the water, and they are straight across coming into the first wall. Very even strokes, and let's see how the first push off the wall puts them into place. Okay, and looks like lane 2, we have Matthew Lanshire is taking the lead, but he is challenged by lane 6, and lane 6 is Torsten Hopkins. And Torsten Hopkins takes the lead into the second wall, and he is starting to make a little bit of ground and take a little bit stronger of a lead. In lane 3, we have Eric Meow and Oscar Blackstone in lane 4, both challenging. We're into the final wall. Last 25. We are lane 6. Torsten Hopkins in the lead. Lane 3 and 4. Yeah, Blackstone going with lane 7 as a challenger. And let's see how we do. We have Hopkins lead, Relander as second, and Blackstone in third. Hopkins with a time of 1:09.80. Nice job, gentlemen.
All right, we now have the girls Division 6 100-meter backstroke. They are whistled into the water. This will be the A final. Lane number 1 is Josie Klassen from Coquitlam. Lane 2, Callie Blasco, Courtney Blue Devils. Lane number 3 is Alexia Smith of Mission. Lane 4, Taylor Stevenson, Poco Marlins. Lane number 5, Sarah Hughes, Poco Marlins. Lane number 6, Jessie Hua, Coquitlam. Lane number 7, Maya Guo from Burnaby Mountain. And lane number 8, that is Lauren Chan from the Vancouver Vikings. 25 meters almost complete. Our leaders are coming up to the bulkhead. All swimmers are coming up to the bulkhead, making the turn into the second 25. Emerging from the turn in the underwaters with the lead so close right now between lanes 2, 3, and 4. Lanes number 2, that is Smith. 2 is Blasco, 3 Smith, 4 Stevenson. Stevenson does have the lead now after 50 meters. She makes the turn, split time of 33:41. Right beside her on her shoulders in lane number 3, that is Alexia Smith from Mission, and they are trying to hold off lane at number 5, Sarah Hughes from the Poco Marlins. Teammates in lanes 4 and 5, Taylor Stevenson and Sarah Hughes. It looks like they are 1 and 2 at this point. Taylor Stevenson in lane number 4 coming out of the turn. The lead now, that is Alexia Smith from Mission, but pulling ahead in lane number 5 is Sarah Hughes. Hughes, then Smith, then Stevenson. Will it hold this as we come to the touch? Hughes extending her lead. She comes to the wall, time of 1:08 flat for the gold medal, taking a second and a half off. Silver medal does go to Smith in lane number 3, and bronze medal goes to Stevenson in lane number 4. 1:08 flat, 1:09.10, and 1:09.44. Congratulations to those young ladies as they head to the podium.
Okay, which brings us up to our Heat 2B final. This is our girls Div 600 backstroke. Our starter is going to call the ladies into the water. We're going to be starting off with Claire Warspa of North Van Cruisers in lane 1. We have Chloe Mason of Boundary Bay in lane 2. Dee Saloni of the Sunfish in lane 3. Sophie Postaweti of Sydney in lane 4. Kaylee Baldry in lane 5. Paige Seeley in lane 6 of North Shore Winter Club. Alexiana Basunkul of the Kelowna Okapogos in lane 7, and Renee Leben of the Oak Bay Orcas in lane 8. Again, this is our B final. We are coming into the final 10 meters, 5 meters of the second length, and we are neck and neck between lanes 2 and lane 6, and that is Chloe Mason of Boundary Bay and Paige Seeley of the North Shore Winter Club. Let's see if they can hold. So lanes 2, 3, 4, and 6. Dead even going into our final wall. Let's see how our push-off puts them into place and coming into the final 25. Final 25, very slight edge to Paige Seeley in lane 6 with, it looks like, a close second of lane 3, and that is Dee Saloni. And Dee Saloni looks like she might just take it, and it looks like she did.
Dea Chinali in lane 3, first place finish. Second place is Seeley, and third place Postlethwaite. We're going to move now, boys. Division 6 100-meter backstroke. This is the A final for the medals. In lane number 1, we'll have Ming Fei He of Coquitlam. Lane 2, Elliot Tate of the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 3, Anson Cheung of the Richmond Kigus. Lane 4, Elliot Griffin from the Langley Flippers. Lane 5, Callum Zeffley from the Wave. Lane number 6, Dylan Betts of Poco Marlins. Lane number 7, Ainsley Hurd from Mission. And lane number 8 is Andrew Matheson of Coquitlam. In lane number 4, Elliot Griffin. In preliminaries this morning, he set a new meet record, a time of 59:02, breaking the old record set in 2019 by Ernest Hopshinkan of 1 minute .06. So we are underway. We'll see if Griffin can break the record that he set this morning. He was not the first to the bulkhead, but we'll see if he emerges from the turn with the lead. He does indeed. That is Elliot Griffin in lane number 4 with the lead over Callum Zeffley of the Wave in lane number 5. It is Zeffley and it is Griffin. They're making the turn. They have 50 meters left to go, and they are neck and neck. Zeffley keeping up with Griffin. Griffin a great underwater there. He's trying to pull away and cement himself into the gold medal position, but Zeffley is not letting him get away. Zeffley will not go away. They are at the bulkhead making the turn. It is Griffin and it is Zeffley. Griffin emerges from after a great underwater, but Zeffley's strokes are catching him up. Griffin has determined now. He's determined to have that gold medal. Griffin holding off Zeffley. Zeffley and Griffin. Griffin with the touch, a time of 58:71. Breaks the record that he did this morning. Zeffley would have had a new meet record if it weren't for Griffin, as he broke the previous record. And our bronze medal will go to Elliot Tate in lane number 2. Griffin, Zeffley, and Tate. Elliot Tate from the Sydney Piranhas, a little bit outside smoke in lane number 2, finds his way onto the podium for the bronze medal.
Just crushing records today.
You know, we're
just impressive.
We'll take a second here and talk a little bit about this pool and why the records are falling. So I mentioned earlier, lanes 9 and 0 are the outside lanes, no swimmers in them. The water is able to disperse that way rather than bounce back into the swimmers, and also the depth of the pool. The swimmers' turbulence goes down into the pool and doesn't bounce back off of the bottom of the pool towards them. And even the water temperature. Competitive swimmers hate swimming in hot water. Hot water is slow water. The cooler the water, the faster they go. And we'll go on now to the B final for the boys Div 6 100-meter backstroke. Lane number 1, Daniel Lim of the Vancouver Vikings. Lane 2, Kaiden Hurst of Penticton. Lane 3, Julian Maddie of the Surrey Sea Lions. Lane 4, Mitchell Gauthier of Nanaimo. Lane 5, Evan McGregor of the Poco Marlins. Lane number 6 is Colin Dew of Coquitlam. Lane 7, Finn Boyle from your Prince George Pisces. And lane number 8 is Mason Strocher from the Sydney Piranhas. Our leader in lane number 4, that is Mitchell Gauthier from the Nanaimo White Rapids. He's the top seed, and he is the first to complete 50 meters of this 100-meter race. Beside him is Evan McGregor from the Poco Marlins in lane number 5. Close race in lanes 2 and 3 for the 3rd and 4th place positions. That is Kaiden Hurst and Julian Mady in lanes 2 and 3. And then we also have in lanes 7 and 8, Finn Boyle, Prince George Pisces, Mason Strocher, Sydney Piranhas, battling out between the two of them. Our leader widening his lead coming in, that is Mitchell Gauthier from Nanaimo. Let's see what his time will be compared to what he did this morning. He does take about a second off of what he did, a time of 1:04.24. Second place goes to McGregor in lane number 5. Third place going to Maddie in lane number 3. Congratulations, gentlemen. You've completed your race, and now it's time to make way for the girls' OCAT 2 100-meter backstroke. This will be the A final that's going to get whistled into the pool next. It's going to be Lauren Beattie of Squamish in lane number 1, Crystal Yu of Burnaby Mountain in lane number 2, Aya Pateman from Squamish in lane number 3. In lane number 4, we'll find Emma Asayoka from the Vancouver Vikings. In lane 5 is Katie Takai from Coquitlam. Lane number 6, Manisha Hulu from Port Moody. Lane number 7, Zoe Patterson from the Sydney Piranhas. And lane number 8 is Audrey Penner from Chilliwack. Off they go and into the water. Great jump there by some leaders in lanes number 2, 3, and 4. Unbelievable underwater in lane number 4. That was Emma Asayoka from the Vancouver Vikings. She's going to be the first to hit the wall. 25 meters complete for her. Off of her jump off the blocks there, she almost maxed out the amount of time she could be her underwater, and it did well for her with the dolphin kicks underwater there. She is swimming strong in lane number 4. Emma Asayoka from the Vancouver Vikings, 50 meters complete in a split time of 31:63. She is on her way. The real race right now is for the rest of the podium positions. We've got lanes 2, 3, and 5. Lane number 2, Crystal Yu, 3A, Pateman, and lane 5 is Katie Takai from Coquitlam. Second and third looks like it's Pateman and Takai. Takai in second, Pateman in third right now as it stands. Coming out of the turn there, less than 25 meters left to go. No doubt about it, Emma Asayoka is going to find her way to the gold medal position, and it looks like a firm silver medal position in lane 5 for Katie Takai. Asayoka in at a time of 1:06.27. For the gold medal, silver medal going to Takai in lane number 5, and bronze medal going to Pateman in lane number 3.
Yeah, fantastic race. Very, very, very strong race from Emma Asayoka coming in and just having that incredible underwater streamline that took her right into the lead and maintained it all the way. We're just about to start into our B final. Ladies are entering the water. This is Georgia Lynn of Squamish in lane 1, Jennifer Che in lane 2 from Cloverdale. We have Clara Sue from the Surrey Sea Lions in lane 3, Squamish, Jenna Clegg in lane 4, Gabrielle Reed in lane 5 of Squamish, Elsa Liu of Rasa in lane 6, Ella Chen of Rasa in lane 7, and Ainsley Cox of Nanaimo in lane 8. And we are already complete our first 25 meters into the wall and back out, and we have neck and neck of lanes 3 and 4 for the first place, and that is Clara Sue and Jenna Clegg, and they are diving in to complete their second 50 meters. They're coming off the wall, and they're still maintaining that lead. So that is Clara Sue in lane 3, followed by Jenna Clegg in lane 4, and Gabriella Reed and Elsa Liu are battling for that third place spot. Coming into our final 25 meters, already off the ball, we have Clara Sue maintaining her lead. She is about a body length ahead. Right behind her is Jenna Clegg, and we are battling, but it looks like it is going to be lane 5, and that is Gabrielle Reed is going to take our bronze medal. Or sorry, this is a B final. If we gave out medals for bronze, she would get it.
Third place position anyways, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, top 3 position in the race. So we're going to move on to event number 236, the boys OCAT 2 100-meter backstroke. Again, this is the A final, so that means we are giving out medals for this race. Lane number 1 is Dylan Lowe of the Vancouver Vikings. Lane 2, Ty Stroud of the Richmond Kigus. Lane 3, Barui Zhang from the Sunfish. Lane 4, Drew Penny from Salt Spring. Lane number 5 is Jacob McNamee from Penticton. Lane number 6 is Derek Lim from the Vikings. Lane number 7, Jinsei Yamamoto from the Burnaby Mountain Mantas. And lane number 8 is Eli Rice from Agassiz Harrison. Our swimmers have hit the bulkhead already. That means 25 meters is complete. Our top seed and our leader looks like it is Drew Penny in lane number 4, but he is actually now being pushed. Lane number 3, Hori Zhang from the North Delta Sunfish is our leader, coming up 50 meters complete. Zhang makes the turn there in lane number 3, and beside him is in lane number 2, Ty Stroud. Penny in lane number 4 trying to make a move, but he is being pushed by Jacob McNamee from Penticton in lane number 5. Still holding the lead is Zhang in lane 3 from the North Delta Sunfish. He is going to be the first to make the final 25 meters. Zhang emerges from his underwater just now. He pops up. He's still in the gold medal position. Real race for the silver and bronze between lanes 4 and 5 between Penny and McNamee. McNamee and Penny, definitely gold medal going to Zhang in lane number 3. Silver medal goes to McNamee, and Penny gets the bronze medal from Salt Spring in lane number 4. Gold medal time of 1:01:33, silver medal time of 1:01:95, and bronze medal time of 1:02:12. Zhang, McNamee, and Penny, podium bound for those young men. We'll move on now to the B final for the boys OCAT 2 100-meter backstroke. In lane number 1 will be Kyle Joyce from Campbell River. Lane 2, Linus Fong, Port Moody. Lane 3, Fraser Hamilton of Squamish. Lane number 4 is Scott Hunter from Port Moody. Lane number 8 is Tiger Meng from Surrey. Surrey Sea Lions. In lane number 8 is Gregory Hinton from Agassiz Harrison. Lane number 7, Connor Holmgren from the Abbotsford Whalers. And we find Kagan Guilty from Coquitlam in lane number 8. They are underway, and a really good jump off the blocks from Linus Fong from the Port Moody Aquarians in lane number 2. Right beside him is Kyle Joyce from the Campbell River Salmon Kings in lane number 1. And we also have lane 5, Tiger Meng, I've been saying his name for years now, from the Surrey Sea Lions in lane number 5. Off of the turn off the bulkhead, that is Meng now. He has the lead, and he is trying to widen it. Tiger Meng, with his strokes, is pulling ahead bit by bit. Let's see the quality of the turns here. Meng, the first to the wall to complete 50 meters, split time of 31:45. It is Meng. He has extended his lead. It is a full body length now. Second place position being held by the top seed. That is Scott Hunter in lane number 4. He's being pushed hard by Fraser Hamilton in lane number 3 of Squamish. The Squamish Pirates trying to overtake the ship of Scott Hunter. It is still Tiger Meng in lane at number 5, extending. His lead isn't extending. It's not quite what it used to be, but it's still definitely a firm lead. Pulling ahead a little bit here for the second place position. Lane 3, that is Fraser Hamilton. They will finish with the touch. It is Meng in first place, the time of 106.18. Second place goes to Hamilton in lane number 3, a time of 106.75. And third place goes to Hunter, a time of 106.81 in lane number 4.
Tiger's still taking a second off his prelim time. Just crushing it from morning to afternoon.
Time being knocked off. Be interesting to see what the times will be in their first practice in October. Anyways, we'll move on to the A final for the girls Division 7 100-meter backstroke. In lane number 1 is Sarah Brotherston from the Stingrays, Ladner Stingrays. Lane 2, Bree Gustafson from Mission Marlins. Lane 3, Elise Walsh from the Salt Spring Stingrays. Lane 4, Maxine Seeley, North Shore Winter Club. Lane 5, Emma Watson, Prince George Pisces. Lane 6, Olivia Ruthven, North Shore Winter Club. Lane number 7 is Emily McKinnon of the Super Sharks. And lane number 8, we find Stephanie Schneider from the Haney Neptunes. Even start there. Early lead belonging to lanes 4 and 6. Lane number 4 is Maxine Seeley. 6 is Olivia Ruthven. Seeley from North Shore Winter Club and Ruthven from the North Shore Winter Club. So teammates are off to our early lead as we start this race. But emerging from the first turn off the bulkhead, overtaking the lead is our top seed. That is Maxine Seeley in lane number 4. She is holding just a lead now, still tied close with lanes 5 and 6. Emma Watson from the Prince George Pisces in 5 and Olivia Ruthven from the North Shore Winter Club in 6. They are under their second 50. The lead, just by just a little bit. If you could see the hair underneath those caps, that's how much the lead is, just a hair. Lane number 4, Maxine Seeley. Lane number 5, Emma Watson. They're going to come to the bulkhead, and what's happening in lane number 6? Olivia Ruthven says, hey, I'm still in this conversation for one of the top positions. She is certainly in the bronze medal position. Let's see the quality of the turn. Still, we have Maxine Seeley in lane number 4. She widened off that turn off the bulkhead. She's got her sights set on that gold medal. She's not going to let anybody take that away from her now. Emma Watson trying to hold off Olivia Ruthven. It is going to finish up with Seeley, Watson, and Ruthven. Lanes 4, 5, and 6, time of 1:10.28. For the gold medal, 1:11.27 for the silver, 1:12.52 for the bronze. Seeley, Watson, Ruthven, gold, silver, and bronze.
Right on, great race. And here we are into the B final. Now I'm announcing B final because I need to know that we're not giving away medals for this, even though I've pretty much given away medals for every race so far today. But starting off in lane 1, we have Alicia Wood. She is from the Kigu. Katrina Lowe is in lane 2. She's from the Burnaby Mountain Mantas. Katrina McLean is from Golden in lane 3. Hazel Elliott from Nanaimo in lane 4. Claire Gow from the Burnaby Mountain Mantas in lane 5. Faith Khan from Cloverdale is in lane 6. Madison Whitfield from Sydney is in lane 7. And Olivia Langdon from Abbotsford is in lane 8. And we are off for this B final. Great start to the race. We have an early lead from lane 5, and that is Claire Gow coming into the wall. She is clearly starting her turn before anyone else. Let's see where she pops up. We see these streamlines doing a fantastic job of giving our backstrokers leads here this morning, and she has maintained that lead with this coming into the second wall. So it is going to be Claire Gow in lane 5, followed by Faith Khan in lane 6. And who's popping up we have a pretty tight race for third, and it looks like right now it's going to be lane 2, and that is Katrina Lowe of Burnaby Mountain, and they are maintaining that position, but lanes 3 and 4 are challenging for that third place, not bronze medal, and that is Katrina McLean and Hazel Elliott, and we are now in our final half of the length. Coming into the wall, we have in lane 5 Claire Gow maintaining that commanding lead, full body length, followed by Faith Khan in lane 6, and we are neck and neck, but it looks, oh my goodness, lanes 3 and 4, where did we land? 3 and 4, and it is going to go to Katrina McLean in lane 3 for the third place in this B final. Nice job, ladies.
Great job, ladies. Great job, Ryan. We're going to move on to the boys Division 7 100-meter backstroke. This will be the A final. In lane number 1, we'll find Zedmund Dela Cruz of the Dawson Creek Seals. Lane 2, Heath Martin Barnes of the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 3, Adrian Wong from the Vancouver Vikings. Lane 4, Owen Buffett from Mission. Lane 5, Angelo McCarrick from Poco Marlins. Lane 6, Rowan Campbell of the Abbotsford Whalers. Lane number 7 is Tyler Hilton from Salmon Arm. And lane number 8 is Liam Rankin from the Sydney Piranhas. Taking their marks, and off they go into the water. The A final for the boys Division 7 100-meter backstroke is underway and in the water. Really good jump and underwater there in lane number 3. That is Adrian Wong from the Vancouver Vikings. He has the lead, but being caught as they head into the turn in lanes 4 and 5. Owen Buffett in 4, Angela McCarrick in lane number 5. But emerging from that is still lane 3, Adrian Wong of the Vancouver Vikings. His turns are fantastic. His start was fantastic. Let's see what happens as we come out of the underwaters here. He is still underwater and emerges still with the lead. That is Adrian Wong of the Vancouver Vikings, but pushing hard now, trying to overtake him in lane number 4, the top seed. That is Owen Buffett from the Mission Marlins. It looks like Buffett is going to be the first off the wall, and we'll see if his strokes will take him into the gold medal position. Buffett has overtaken Wong. And then in lane number 5 in third place, bronze medal position, Angelo McCarrick. So far, McCarrick moving into silver medal perhaps. Gold medal does go to Buffett. Silver medal does go to McCarrick in lane number 5. Bronze medal goes to Wong. Wong held that lead for a good 3/4 of that race, but the top 2 seeds, Buffett and McCarrick, they held out and found themselves in the top 2 positions, winning time of 1:02.09, followed by 1:02.63, followed by 1:02.78. That was the gold, silver, and bronze. Buffett, McCarrick, and Wong for the boys Division 7 100-meter backstroke. Ryan, over to you.
Well, Adrian Wong certainly was got the same memo that Bori Zhang and Emma Sakura got in the previous heats, because those underwater streamlines were just absolutely creating a real advantage for them in that race. But here we are into our B final. We are starting off with Grady McCauley of Trail in lane 1, Quinn Abbott in lane 2 from North Shore Winter Club, Keegan Ostabupap from Salt Spring in lane 3, Sean Fisher of Quesnel in lane 4, Lachlan Ultron from the Coquitlam Sharks in lane 5, Damian Hurd of Mission in lane 6, Justin Weeb from the Burnaby Mountain Mantas in lane 7, and Jacob Tam of the Oak Bay Orcas is in lane 8, and we are already finished 50 meters because that's how fast they are. And we have lane 3 is in a very good lead, and that is Keegan of the Salt Spring Stingrays, and he is chased very closely by lanes 2 and 3, and that is Quinn Abbott of North Shore Winter Club and Sean Fisher of Quesnel. They are maintaining that position coming in to our final length. Again, Keegan of Salt Spring is coming in well ahead of a body length and a half, and we are now seeing a battle for second place, and that is between lane 4 and lane 5. And lane 4 was Fisher, and lane 5 was Dalton. So Dalton, second place, and Fisher in third.
Great swim there by Keegan Otsubo-Pap of the Salt Spring Stingrays. He took 3 seconds off of his preliminary time there, and maybe making a statement thinking he should have been in the A final, right?
Yeah, absolutely. What a great race he had.
Speaking of A finals, this is the girls' Division 8 100-meter backstroke A final. Lane number 1 will be Abigail Watson of Squamish. Lane 2, Lauren Dale of Poco Marlins. Lane 3, Cosette Bachman from North Shore Winter Club. Lane 4, Luella Faulkner of the Kootenay Piranhas. Lane 5, Olivia Roschat, North Delta Sunfish. Lane 6, Jennifer Lynn of Squamish. Lane 7, Nia DePaul from Nanaimo. And lane number 8 is Sydney Boyle from the Campbell River Salmon Kings. Our early lead is in lane number 5. That is Olivia Roschat from the North Delta Sunfish. She's the first one to the bulkhead to make her turn. She is on to the second 25 of this 100-meter race, emerging from her underwater. She still has the lead in lane number 5. That is Roschat in 5 and Luella Faulkner in 4. Faulkner being pushed by Cosette Bachman from the North Shore Winter Club in 3. 50 meters complete now for Roschat, Faulkner, and Bachman. They are into the second half of this race. Split time of 31:09 for Roschat. She is trying to lengthen her lead. The closest swimmer is just past her toes right now. That is Luella Faulkner in lane number 4, and beside her, Cosette Bachman trying to make a move on Faulkner. Home stretch now for Roschat in lane number 5. Olivia Roschat emerges from her underwater, and she is on her way. A charge being made now by Bachman in lane number 3. Cosette Bachman from the North Shore Winter Club. There's not enough pool left for her. It looks like the gold medal is going to go to Roschat. What's her time going to be? It is 1:05.90 for the gold medal. Olivia Roschat in lane 5. Silver medal goes to Bachman in lane number 3, and the bronze medal goes to Faulkner in lane number 4. Time of 1:07.68. Great swim by those ladies, and they are all podium bound. Great swim by all the ladies in the pool that time. We've had just nothing but great swims. I don't think I would ever say, geez, that was a terrible swim by anybody, but it's been really great to see. It's very entertaining. I hope you're all enjoying viewing this currently live on the live stream. And of course, provincials are saved on the BCSSA page on YouTube, so you can watch past provincials. You can watch this one over and over again tonight if you want to. Just keep on watching and send the link to all your friends and family. Get as many watches as possible. Let everybody know about the wonderful things happening with the BCSSA.
Well, I think that's a great point, actually. I understand there might be a slight preference to watching one's own offspring or friend compete in their race, but having watched all the races here this afternoon, everyone is swimming super fast. It's unbelievable seeing everyone. But we are right into this B final, and in lane 2 we have Lisa Alvarez of the Prince George. We have Sandra Vasile of the Sunfish. We have Jenna Chung of Burnaby, and Kiaria Anderson of Princeton. Yeah, there we go. And Eleanor Hutmeyer of Prince George as well. Now, coming into finishing up our second 50 is in lane 4, Jenna Chung, and she is 2 body lengths ahead, flipping in and coming off the wall quite nicely. In lane 5, we have in next place Kiaria Anderson. And in lane 3, we have third place Sandra Vasile. And they are nicely spread out, and Miss Chung is into a commanding lead, coming into her final 25 off the wall. Nice streamline, and that's going to maintain that position. In lane 5, we have Anderson in second place, and in lane 3, we have Vasile, just a half body length, almost a body length behind, that's going to be rounding out that third place, and that looks like the way it's going to land. So we have Chung finishing in 1:19.27, Anderson in 1:26.33, and Vasile in 1:31.08, and that is going to be our B final, 1, 2, and 3.
Just want we got our final swimmers just coming in here, but just a little expand on that thought a little bit that you said earlier there, Ryan, is, it's just great to watch the whole competition and seeing what other swimmers are doing. A good example of this is my daughter hasn't swam since 2018. My mom watches these live streams still, so shout out to Sandy and Nanaimo, my mom. She watches the live stream because she enjoys watching the swimming, and she enjoys watching the competition, and she has seen some of these swimmers still. She remembers some of their names from when they were younger. So, let everybody know about what a great product the BCSSA is.
Absolutely, and the community.
The community
Right?
as a whole. It's just a great community. It's one of the reasons I still stay involved in this, give back a little bit to an organization that gave so much to my daughter. And I have made a lot of friends over the years here throughout the province and provincials, and being involved. It's become my social circle, and I love coming back and seeing people I haven't seen in a year. So it's a great organization and a great family. We're going to move on to the boys Division 8 100-meter backstroke. This is going to be the A final in lane number 1. That is Tim W. from the Poco Marlins. Lane 2, Morgan Sparks of the Agassiz Harrison. Lane 3, Ricky Milnes, Campbell River Salmon Kings. Lane 4, Lucas Buck Squamish. Lane 5, Kaylin Murray of Haney. Lane 6, Jack Savage of the Ducks. Lane 7, Devin Dupuy of Port Moody. And lane number 8 is Aiden Telfer from the Nanaimo White Rapids. It's just pure power in the water right now when you get up to these swimmers. Our leader is lane number 5. That is Kaylin Murray from the Haney Neptunes. Right beside him is Lucas Buck from the Squamish Pirates. They've made their turn now, 50 meters complete in 27:78. A lot of swimmers would be happy to do that time in 50 freestyle. These guys are doing it in backstroke. We've got Kaylin Murray still in lane number 5. He's about to approach the bulkhead to make his turn in the gold medal position, but pushing him hard in lane 4, Lucas Buck from the Squamish Pirates. The Pirates and the Neptunes and the Pirates. It is neck and neck. This race is going to come down to where they are in their strokes, and it's going to come down to the touch. And it is a gold medal time of 57:40 for Buck in lane 4. Just behind him at 57:49 is Murray, and the silver medal at 1:02:15 for Savage. 57:40 is the gold medal time. Believe it or not, that's not the meet record. Old Buzz Melender set that in 2019. 55:54 is the provincial's record, if you can believe that. All right, we're going to let Ryan do the last individual race of the day.
Well, if I started that 100 backstroke in 2019, I'd probably be finishing about now. So 55:40:54 is very impressive, as is our 57s that we just saw. Only 1/10 of a second delineating first to second. So very tight race between those two individuals. But into our B final, we have Eli Tyndall of Squamish in lane 1, John McKay of the Oak Bay in lane 2, Ian Williams of Prince George in lane 3, Brody Bain of Squamish in lane 4, Lucas Fong of Port Moody Aquarians in lane 5, Andrew Cohn of the Super Sharks in lane 6, Darby Walsh of Cloverdale in lane 7, and Paul Fricky of Trail in lane 8. And we got our second whistle there. They are going to take their marks. And they are off. Great flying start. Good streamlines. Holy Hannah, we have another lane 5. Also got the memo. Maxing out that underwater kick to start off. And that has put him in a lead coming into our first wall flip turn. And that is lane 5. We have Lucas Fong, just a great job coming in with his start, but close behind, shoulder to shoulder, is lanes 4 and lane 3, and that is Brody Bain and Ian Williams coming into the second wall, and it's going to stay in that order. So lane 5, lane 4, lane 3, and that is Lucas Fong, Brody Bain, and Ian Williams coming into our final wall. They're about 5 meters out, just coming in, setting up for their final flip turn. Yep, there we go. Okay, and we have same layout. Lucas Fong in a full body lead in lane 5, followed tightly shoulder to shoulder by Brody Bain and Ian Williams. And this is going to come right down to the wall. They have their arms in synchrony, and
wow.
Fong. Where are we at?
Well, we've got Fong in with the first place time of 1:06:08. Second and third place, Bain and Williams. You're talking about them in sync. Well, 1:08:15 for Bain and 1:08:17 for Williams. 2/100ths of a second is all that separated those two swimmers.
Yeah, it all came down to who trimmed their nails this morning. That was the difference. My goodness, what a tight race. That was fantastic.
All right, we are getting ready for relays here. What we'll do here is we have freestyle relay. We'll introduce the teams that are in the pool, and then we will let you watch the race, and we will call the finish.
So this is the event 241 girls Div 1 200 freestyle relay. This is our A final. So starting off in lane 1, we have Crescent Beach. In lane 2, we have the Coquitlam Sharks. In lane 3, Poco Marlins. Lane 4, Burnaby Mountain Mantas. Lane 5 is the Squamish Pirates. Lane 6 is the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 7, Chilliwack Stingrays. And in lane 8, we have Rasa. And coming into our first 50 complete, we have the Poco Marlins neck and neck with the Burnaby Mountain Mantas, next door neighbors. They are shoulder to shoulder, and a great entry from the Mantas puts them now in the lead. So Mantas in lane 4, one body length ahead of the Poco Marlins in lane 3, and battling in the third spot right now is lane 2 and lane 5, and that is the Sharks, Coquitlam Sharks versus the Pirates. Neck and neck coming in. We have rounded out. We are halfway through our second swimmer, and the Mantas coming into the wall. They have 2 body lengths ahead. Behind them, Poco Marlins, and behind them we have lanes 2 and 5, shoulder to shoulder, coming in for the next in entry. Okay, Manta's next swimmer, Poco's next swimmer, and Squamish Pirates next swimmers. All in the water. Sharks are in the water. Mantas flip turn coming into the final 25, getting ready to switch into their final swimmer. Right, 2 body lengths behind, we have the Poco Marlins in lane 3. In lanes 2 and 5, still neck and neck, the Coquitlam Sharks and the Squamish Pirates, shoulder to shoulder. Mantas coming in, final strokes, last swimmer going in the water right now. Boom, splash. Couple body lengths from the Poco Marlins, and in they go. Poco Marlins in the water. They are 4 body lengths behind. But again, shoulder to shoulder, we have lane 2 and lane 5 from our Coquitlam Sharks and the Squamish Pirates battling it out. Lane 2 looking really strong, swimming very hard, coming in, shoulder to shoulder, coming into that wall. Coming up, we are at the flags with the Mantas in a commanding lead for first place. They are going to take it. Poco Marlins, lane 2 and lane 5 are catching up with them. They're going to swim hard to the wall, but it looks like it is going to be Poco Marlins in 2, and in lane 5 we have the Squamish Pirates getting third place.
Okay, so I'm just going to throw this in here right now. My colleague called that race right now, Ryan. This is his first provincials. This is his daughter's first provincials, and his daughter just medaled in that race. So congratulations, Ryan, to you and your family on medaling at your first provincials.
Woo! I need a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an exciting thing, I tell you. That first medal, the first provincials can be intimidating. It's exciting, and to medal your first go-round, wow, that's such a great feeling. So congratulations again.
The tenacity of these little swimmers is just inspiring.
Absolutely.
Especially when you see them working as a team. Just pretty inspiring that they're able to do that. You see some pretty fancy handwork of guiding their members into the wall and getting ready to maintain that forward momentum. So good on them.
And just for everybody to know that's watching right now, the reason we don't say the names of all the swimmers that are in the water is because often the relay team entries have upwards of 5 and 6 members put in just in case somebody has to cancel. So we actually don't know who each individual swimmer is. So that's why we're not saying the name of the individual swimmers, because we don't want to get it wrong. So hand it back to you, Ryan.
Awesome. And in the water now, we are event 242, boys Div 1 200 freestyle relay. In lane 1, we have the Ron DeFuca Royals. In lane 2, we have the Coquitlam Sharks. Lane 3, North Vancouver Cruisers. Lane 4, the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 5, we have the Mission Marlins. Lane 6, Burnaby Mountain Mantas. Rasa in lane 7, and the Kelowna Ogopogos in lane 8. And my goodness, lane 4, those North Delta Sunfish are absolutely flying through the water. They are in a commanding lead, but in lane 5, trying to chase them down are the Mission Marlins. And in third place so far, we have lane 6. That'll be the Burnaby Mountain Mantas. Swimmers just rounding out off the wall, coming into the final 25 of the second swimmer. And we are still lanes 4, 5, and 6 in that order. 4, North Delta Sunfish. 5, Mission Marlins. And 6, Burnaby Mountain Mantas.
The second swimmer for Mission in lane number 5 certainly made up a lot of time on that length.
Yeah, absolutely. Hungry to chase them down. Again, we do not know exactly which swimmer is which. They're all wearing caps and goggles, so it's hard to tell. But we do have those sunfish in lane 4, just absolutely ripping through the pool. They are half a length ahead of second place. Second place being the Mission Marlins, and third place right now, Burnaby Mountain Mantas. Okay, second place are Mission Marlins. Next water in the water. Our next swimmer in the water. And you can see the judges or the timers helping the little guys get out of the way so that they can clear space for their teammates to come into the wall.
Yep, final swimmer coming into the wall in lane number 4.
Lane 4, North Delta Sunfish, absolutely crushing it with a time of 2:34.26. Wow, what a swim. Coming into the flags, we have the Mission Marlins thrashing hard all the way to the wall, really determined. Boom, 2:47.18 for second place. And we have in lane 6, the Burnaby Mountain Mantas coming in with a time of 2:52.53. Nice work. Very hard swim. All right, and coming up next is event 243. This is the girls Div 2 200 freestyle relay. So these relays are the A finals, so there is no B finals. Every single race that you see is going to be a medal race, which is good for me because I give medals to everyone.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
All right, a lot of swimmers on the pool deck. It's a lot of logistics that goes into moving the swimmers that fast through the water, cycling them through their relays, but also cycling them out of the way so that the next ones can get ready and dive in. So here we go. We're about to start our girls Div 2 200 freestyle relay. In lane 1, we have the Kelowna Ogopogos. Lane 2 is the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 3, Port Moody Aquarians. Lane 4 is the Mission Marlins. Lane 5, Coquitlam Sharks. Lane 6 is the Richmond Kegos. Lane 7 is the Oak Bay Orcas. And in lane 8, we have the Langley Flippers. All right, and lane 4 is off to a lead, and that is our Mission Marlins. They are flying. They are wanting to settle the score against the Mantas for the previous race. They say, no way. We want it back. From North Delta, Mission Marlins already second swimmer in the water. Lanes 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7, all shoulder to shoulder for the second swimmer in the water. Mission Marlins maintaining that fantastic lead. Second place, we have lane 3. Lane 3 is our Port Moody Aquarians. Lane 4 just slightly ahead of lanes 5, 6, and 7. And that is the Sydney Pirates doing a great job. And Mission Marlins coming in to the wall for the next swimmer in the water. Boom, in they go. Right behind them, we have the Port Moody Aquarians in lane 3. Next swimmer in the water. Sydney Pirates. Sydney Pirates, next swimmer in the water. Sorry, don't say no to candy. Okay, and our Mission Marlins have finished that 25. They are midway through. Oh, Sydney Piranhas. Mission Marlins coming in to the wall. They are at the flags for their final swimmer to enter the water. They have a quarter length lead. Last swimmer in the water. Next coming in on lane 3 is the Sydney Piranhas. Last swimmer in the water. Lane 2. Last swimmer in the water.
It's mayhem.
Yeah, it is
absolute mayhem.
It is mayhem. I got this little attention span thing that I'm working with. There is so much speed going on in the water, it is hard to keep track. But we have our Mission Marlins coming into the wall, finishing it off with a time of 2:19.53. That is going to be your winner. In lane 3, we have the Port Moody Aquarians. Finished it off 2:27.61.
And the Coquitlam Sharks at 2:28.43 with the bronze medal.
Fantastic.
That's some exciting stuff, I tell you.
When we talked earlier about the volunteers and their commitment, I have to say I have a slight disclosure. I had to stop my commentation because they were giving out candy. So,
of course,
taking great care of the volunteers here today. Thank you very much to all of those that are bringing around the food and drinks and keeping us fed and hydrated and whatnot. And that brings us right into event 224, boys Div 2, 200 freestyle relay. And into the start. So this is, again, a medal race. Starting off in lane 1, we have the Richmond Kigus. Lane 2, we have the Quesnel Sea Lions. Lane 3, the Haney Neptunes. Lane 4, Abbotsford Whalers. Lane 5, Burnaby Mountain Mantas. Lane 6, the Burnaby Barracudas, next door neighbors, but battle royale. Vancouver Vikings in lane 7, and the Prince George Pisces in lane 8. And we have a neck-and-neck battle in lanes 4 and 5 coming into the wall. So that is the Abbotsford Whalers and the Burnaby Mountain Mantas are hitting the wall at the same time. Next swimmers in the water. Lanes 3 and 6 are arriving at the same time. And that is the Haney Neptunes and the Burnaby Barracudas. So we have neck and neck for first and second, and we had neck and neck for third and fourth. Starting to get a little bit more spread. In lane 5, we have the Burnaby Mountain Mantas taking a bit of a lead, about half a body length, up to a body length. Behind them, the Abbotsford Whalers. Behind them, in lane 3, the Haney Neptunes. And lane 5, Burnaby Mountain Mantas. We have our next swimmer in the water. And next swimmer in the water for the Abbotsford Whalers and the Haney Neptunes. 1, 2, and 3. Haney Neptunes in lane 3, looking to catch up to Abbotsford Whalers in lane 4. Just finishing off their turn on the wall, coming into their final 25, coming to tag into their last member into the water. They are now neck and neck. So we have in lane 5, the Burnaby Mountain Mantas in the lead by a few body lengths. Last swimmer in the water, neck and neck in lanes 3 and 4. We have the Haney Neptunes and the Abbotsford Whalers. They are swimming it off. This is the end, the final 50. Mantas enjoying their lead but not letting up. The Whalers and the Neptunes battling it out for second and third. Off of the wall, final 25. They are swimming hard. Who is it going to be? Right now it is lane 4 with Abbotsford Whalers taking about a body length ahead. But the Haney Neptunes are right on their heels. And we have lane 5, Burnaby Mountain Mantas with a time of 2:21.64. We then have the Abbotsford Whalers 2:24.24. And the Haney Neptunes rounding it out third place, bronze medal, 2:26.51. Nice job, teams. right, swimmers exiting the water. This brings us up.
All right, so the next race into the water will be event number 245, which is so this happens to be a heat sheet that never made us up to us in the announcing booth. This is event number 245. It's some girls swimming some relays here. We're just going to have to let you go by what is on the screen. We've got Nanaimo in lane 1, Mission in lane number 2, Abbotsford in lane number 3, Poco Marlins in lane number 4, Crescent Beach in lane 5, the Richmond Kigus are in lane number 6, in lane number 7 is the Sydney Piranhas, and in lane number 8 is the Vancouver Vikings. So this looks like it is the girls Division 3 freestyle relay. Girls Division 3 freestyle relay. Leaders right now in lane number 4 is the Poco Marlins. In lane number 5 being chased by Crescent Beach. Poco Marlins coming up to make the handover for the next swimmer. We see that as Whittle and McCallum are the two swimmers for the clubs respectively. They are into the water and they have done the handover. Poco Marlins in lane number 4 still holding on to the lead. Crescent Beach right behind them in lane number 5. They are neck and neck, or maybe neck and shoulder, something like that. They've hit the bulkhead, making the turn, getting ready to do the final 25 meters to hand over. Great turn there off the bulkhead by the Poco Marlins in lane number 4. Really good turn there as it has widened out their lead. Poco Marlins, lane number 4, ready to hand over to their final swimmer. And then beside them in lane number 5 is Crescent Beach, and some serious water has been made up in lane number 6 for the Richmond Kigus. They are trying to enter into the conversation, as well as in lane number 3 by the Abbotsford Whalers. We have the Poco Marlins in lane number 4 still trying to hold on to the lead over Crescent Beach. And it's going to be a real race for 3rd and 4th. Who's going to get onto the podium in the bronze medal position? Is it going to be the Abbotsford Whalers in lane 3, or is it going to be the Richmond Kigus in lane number 6? Still at Poco Marlins with the lead in lane number 4, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead? It's going to come down to the touch. Gold medal goes to the Poco Marlins, a time of 2:12.22. 2/100ths of a second behind them. Crescent Beach, a time of 2:12.24. Bronze medal does go to the Abbotsford Whalers at 2:14.09. And just at 2:14.34, just on the outside looking in, that's the Richmond Kigus. That was a great race. That was event 245. That was girls Division 3 200-meter freestyle relay.
Wow, what a tight race. That's we've seen a few today where we're having to go to that second decimal place to determine who's winning.
Absolutely. We're not just the tenths of seconds. We're going on hundredths of seconds. And you know, it's just so exciting. Love to see it. I mean, heartbreak and elation all in one, right?
Absolutely. Okay, so this should bring us to event 246. This is boys Div 3 200 freestyle relay. And we're going to be filled up on all 8 lanes. We start off with the Cowichan Valley Breakers in lane 1. We got North Delta Sunfish in lane 2. We have the Burnaby Mountain Mantas in lane 3. Vancouver Vikings in lane 4. Coquitlam Sharks lane 5. North Shore Winter Club lane 6. Crescent Beach Swim Club in lane 7. And the Kelowna Ogopogos in lane 8. Just a slight pause as we get those starters ready to invite our swimmers onto the blocks, and there they are. All right, and they're off. Great streamlines. Put him into first place. We have lane 4, and that is our Vancouver Vikings. Again, we see that streamline really contributing to placement in the race, and they are continuing that strong swim off the wall. Right behind them, shoulder to shoulder, we have in lane 5 the Coquitlam Sharks, and they are battling it out, trying to steal that first place position. Right behind them in lane 3, we have the Burnaby Mountain Mantas, looking to knock them off the podium. Next swimmer's in the water. And we start off, we are now shoulder to shoulder in for first, and that is between lane 4, our Vancouver Vikings, and the Coquitlam Sharks in lane 5. Lane 3, still the Burnaby Mountain Mantas maintaining that third place position, coming off the wall, making up a little bit of room, trying to chase down that number 2 spot. Coming up for our next in swimmer, we have the Vancouver Vikings in lane 4, 1 body length ahead. Next swimmer in the water for the Vikings. Next swimmer in the water for the Coquitlam Sharks. Next swimmer in the water for the Burnaby Mountain Mantas. Again, Vikings and the Sharks battling it out, shoulder to shoulder for that first place. They're coming into the wall. Flip turns in synchrony. How do they do coming off the wall? Slight edge to the Vikings, still in lane 4, managing to hold on to that lead. But the Coquitlam Sharks giving them a run for their money. In lane 3, we still have the Burnaby Mountain Mantas that are maintaining that third place spot. But lane 7, Crescent Beach is now challenging for that position. We're the final swimmer in the water. Vikings versus Sharks. They are battling it out, coming into the final bulkhead turn. Boom. And the Vikings maintain the lead. We are about a body length ahead. Followed by the Sharks. They want it. Now lane 7 has overtaken, and lane 7 is in our third place spot. That is Crescent Beach. Lane 6 swimming hard, looking to knock them off, but it is going to be the Vikings number 1 and the Sharks number 2 and Crescent Beach number 3.
Crescent Beach taking 3.5 seconds off what they did this morning to find their way onto the podium. That's a fantastic thing to see. Our next race will be event number, let's take a look here. It might be 247. We didn't get a heat sheet for that, and it is indeed 247, which will be the girls OCAT 1 200 freestyle relay. In lane number 1 is going to be Haney. Lane 2 will be, so lane number 1 is Haney B. Lane number 2 is Haney A. Lane number 3, White Rock B. Lane number 4, White Rock A. And then lane 5, we have the Coquitlam Sharks. Lane number 6 will be the Squamish Pirates. Lane number 7, Nanaimo A. And lane number 8 will be Nanaimo B. We're just waiting for these groups of swimmers to come in from marshalling. Girls OCAT 1, 200 meter freestyle relay, 4 swimmers swimming 50 meters each, all in freestyle. So, they could do it in backstroke if they wanted to. You could swim all 4 strokes if they wanted to, because it's freestyle. You can get away with anything, as long as you're not walking on the bottom of the pool and pulling yourself along the lane ropes. Apart from that, you can do whatever you want. Relays are so exciting. Just the leads can go back and forth, and it's, sometimes you see younger swimmers getting paired up with older swimmers, and if they make the finals, that's just a really exciting thing. And it's just, I remember years ago, the first time I really did some announcing here on the Provincials, I remember a swimmer swimming up. They were a Div 2 swimmer, and they swam up with the Div 7 team, so it was awesome. All right, we are into the water with event 247, girls OCAT 1, 200 meter freestyle relay. Our leader is in lane number 4. That is White Rock A team, because they do have 2 teams in this meet. being pushed hard in lane number 2. That is Haney A, I believe. Haney A now overtaking the lead in lane number 2. That is Brecky, we believe, is the swimmer. They are coming in ready to do the handover. Second swimmers are in the water for our leaders in lanes. Oh, great jump off the block in lane number 4 by the Rasa swimmer. Coming off the blocks there like a rocket in lanes 4 and 5. That is Coquitlam in lane number 5. Dropping back just a little bit is the Haney team in lane number 2. Our leader is in lane number 4. That is the Rasa A team, I believe. It is a Rasa team, but we're not sure if it's A or B. Rasa swimmer in lane number 4, getting ready to hand over to the third swimmer. Oh, handover has been done. Third swimmer into the water in lanes 4 and 5. Rasa in 4, Coquitlam in 5. Getting ready to do handovers in lanes 3 and 6. 3 is also Rasa, 6 is Squamish. Our leader in lane number 4, that is Rasa, but making up some ground seriously is lane number 5. That is the Coquitlam Sharks. Let's see what happens as they come off the bulkhead and make the turn. A good turn there by the Rasa swimmer, but now trying to make up that space lost on the turn is the Coquitlam Shark swimmer in lane number 5. We have Rasa ready to hand over to their last swimmer. Rasa swimmers into the water for our leaders. That is Rasa in lane number 4, Coquitlam in lane number 5. They are so close, but the Rasa swimmer pulling ahead just a little bit. We believe that is that is Wang for Rasa and Scotto for Coquitlam in lane number 5. Rasa has their sights set on a gold medal. Let's take a look and see what their time is going to be. The White Rock Guppies, Super Guppies, they are in with a time of 2:10.92 for the gold medal. Silver medal in lane number 5 is going to the Coquitlam Sharks, and bronze medal is going to go to lane number 3 to the second Rasa team. So Rasa, Coquitlam, Rasa. 1, 2, 3, gold, silver, and bronze. Rasa, Coquitlam, Rasa. The rest of our swimmers are coming in now. We've got lane number 2, that is Haney finishing up their swim. Lane number 6, Squamish Pirates have finished their swim in 4th place, the time of 2:30.53. Nanaimo White Rapids are coming in lane number 7. They're going to finish with a time of 2:47.11. And we have Haney Neptune's other team in lane number 1. Cutler finishing it off at 2:50.08. And rounding them out is Romanik bringing it in for Nanaimo in lane number 8 at a time of 2:59.17.
What a great launch off the block.
Wasn't that a great handover?
It was like,
so good.
A rocket is a fantastic description of what happened. They were a Scud missile that just made the distance to the flags and then just ripped. What a game changer they had with that in terms of jumping into that first place spot.
Absolutely. Our next race will be the boys OCAT 1 200-meter freestyle relay. And the provincial record, which was set in 2019 by White Rock of 2:09.78, well, the White Rock team happened to break that this morning in preliminaries with a time of 2:08.56. We'll see if they can expand on that. We're going to have Ryan call this race.
Okay, and here we go. So we have our A final, our one and only final for this relay. It's starting off with the Kelowna Ogopogos in lane 1. We have Langley Flippers in lane 2, Oak Bay Orcas in lane 3, White Rock Rasa in lane 4, North Delta Sunfish lane 5, Powell River Aquatic Club in lane 6, Penticton Pikes in lane 7, and Vancouver Vikings in lane 8. All right, you can feel the energy, you can hear the crowds cheering them on. What I like about these relays is just the engagement with the crowd. There's so many swimmers involved in the race that you now have a lot of people cheering because everybody's got some skin in the game. So really, really nice to see the energy from the crowd, really cheering on our athletes. And we'll see how they go here. Our starter's just about to invite them up onto the blocks. Pretty impressive. Just when you have those all those athletes, both from the previous relay and this relay, moving back and forth. Okay, and we're in the water. Oh, very nice streamline. Looking off in lane 4. Again, that game changer streamline giving them that commanding lead right off the get-go, and that was lane 4, and so that is Rasa. Nice job, already flipping off the wall into the second half of their first 50. Behind them in lanes 5, we have the North Delta Sunfish, and in lane 3, we got the Oak Bay Orcas. They are going to be in second and third, respectively. So our Rasa coming in, next swimmer is in the water. North Delta, next swimmer in the water. Oak Bay, next swimmer in the water. We're going to maintain that sequence. Though, looking at lane 3, there's a lot of tenacity from those Oak Bay Orcas. They are looking to chase them down. We also see that from our other swimmers as well. Coming in, they want that spot. Okay, coming off of the wall, coming in for the second half of the 50. We are now shoulder to shoulder, lane 4 and lane 5. So that's Rasa in lane 4, lane 5, North Delta Sunfish. They are shoulder to shoulder in synchrony into the water. Next swimmer's in. Also shoulder to shoulder, one on top of the water, one underneath. There they go. Again, a great streamline. These swimmers are doing a fantastic job. Lane 3 is in third place, and that is our Oak Bay Orcas. Lane 4 and 5 sticking shoulder to shoulder. They're connected with a string, I think. That is Rasa and the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 5, North Delta, now starting to take a half body length coming in. Next swimmer is in the water. Lane 5 was in the lead. Now they're shoulder to shoulder again. Lane 4, lane 5. Lane 4, Rasa. Lane 5, North Delta. In synchrony for the flip turn on the far wall. Coming back in. We still have lane 3 is our third place. Those are our Oak Bay Orcas. Jockeying for position, coming in just slightly ahead. Lane 4 takes it with a time of 2:05.21. Lane 5, 2:06.19.
That's a new meet record. The Rasa boys broke the record they set this morning, knocking 3 whole seconds off.
Wow, amazing. And here we have our third place coming in, the Oak Bay Orcas, with a time of 2:23.52. All right, so we have set a new record. So not only did they beat the record this morning, that was from Rasa, but they've now beat it again. So that new record being 2:05.21. Nice job, gentlemen. All right, all the swimmers in the wall. We can hear the energy from the crowd. Oh, good work. And that finishes off event 248. We are on to 249. This is the girls' Div 4 200 freestyle relay final. Nanaimo White Rapids in lane 1. Agassiz Harrison Aquanauts in lane 2. Port Moody Aquarians lane 3. Coquitlam Sharks lane 4. Kelowna Ogopogos in lane 5. Lane 6 we have the Mission Marlins. Lane 7 we have the Sydney Piranhas. Lane 8 the Vancouver Vikings. And the starters called them to the blocks. And they're in. Nice entries. A lot of kick to start, good streamlines. We have a very even race here in lanes 3, 4, and 5, and 6 for our first 25 coming off the wall. Slight edge to lane 4. Lane 4 is the Coquitlam Sharks. They are in the lead, but lanes 1, 5, and 6. So that is Nanaimo, Kelowna, and Mission Marlins, all very close. We have next swimmers in the water. They are already coming into the wall. So lane 4 just finished off the first 25. Those are our Coquitlam Sharks. Still maintaining that lead in lanes 3 and 5. So the Port Moody Aquarians and the Kelowna Ogopogos, they're deadlocked for that second position. Shoulder to shoulder, next swimmers in the water for both of them. Coquitlam Sharks in lane 4, still fantastic lead, multiple body lengths coming into the next Next flip turn off the wall, finishing up that 25. Lanes 3 and 5. Again, flip turn, lock, shoulder to shoulder. Great turn off the wall in lane 5 for the Kelowna Ogopogos. Put them in a slight lead ahead of the Aquarians for second place. We are now last swimmers in the water. Coquitlam Sharks, lane 4, still fantastic lead. Slight edge to lane 5, Kelowna Ogopogos for second place. And right behind them is in lane 6, Mission Marlins and Port Moody Aquarians in lane 3. So here it is, it's gonna be lane 4, the Coquitlam Sharks. They're gonna take gold with a time of 2:00:08. Lane 5, Kelowna Ogopogos with a time of 2:03:16. And lane 3 with a time of 2:04:84. Nicely job, 1, 2, and 3. Fantastic swim.
It's time for us to bring on the boys. Division 4 200-meter freestyle relay. In lane number 1, we are going to have White Rock. Lane number 2, the Vancouver Vikings. Lane number 3, the Poco Marlins. Lane number 4 is Burnaby. Lane number 5, Coquitlam. Lane 6, Mission. Lane number 7, Abbotsford. And lane number 8, North Delta Sunfish. There's the whistle. Let's see what kind of jump these swimmers get as they head off the blocks with the starter. And they are off and into the water. Let's take a quick glance here. Fastest seed in the race was Burnaby, a time of 1:56.70. They are in lane number 4. They are off to the early lead. All the teams have hit the bulkhead now and on their return. Initial swimmers are on the final 25 meters of their 50-meter portion of this 200-meter race. Our lead is the Burnaby Barracudas in lane 4 with the Coquitlam Sharks right beside them in lane number 5. Side by side, Cudas and Sharks entering the water. And they are still side by side. They are neck and neck in lanes 4 and 5, Burnaby and Coquitlam. Really tight race for the 3rd and 4th positions. That's right now lanes 2 and 3. The Vikings in 2 and Poco Marlins in 3. Really good turn there in lane 4 for the Burnaby swimmer. They have extended their lead just a little bit and they're ready to hand over to the 3rd swimmer of this relay team. Burnaby the first to have their 3rd swimmer in. Their split time 56.82 after 2 swimmers, 28.67 for that 2nd swimmer. Still with the lead in lane number 4. That is Burnaby trying to catch up to them in lane number 5, the Coquitlam Sharks. They are neck and neck, 1 and 2 for the gold medal position, and still so close between lanes 2 and 3. The Vikings and Poco Marlins battling it out to see who's getting it up on the podium and trying to make a move now. In lane number 6 is the Mission Marlins. It is the Vancouver Vikings, the Poco Marlins, the Mission Marlins, and coming on hard in lane number 1, we also have Rasa. Widening out that lead in lane number 4. That is Burnaby. That is the final swimmer into the water for them. Final swimmer into the water for Coquitlam. Coming off the bulkhead. Less than 15 meters now. Their lead is widening. Burnaby, I believe, is going to get this gold medal. Thrashing away after them is Coquitlam, but there's just not enough pool left for them to catch them. Gold medal time for Burnaby, a time of 1:54.19. Silver medal goes to Coquitlam in lane number 5, a time of 1:55.26. And the bronze medal goes to the Poco Marlins in lane number 3, a time of 1:59.57.
Wow, nice swim. A lot of determination. Coquitlam was, Burnaby did a fantastic job of holding on to that lead. There was a lot of challenge for them throughout that race with determined chasers, and they managed to hold it. So great turns on the walls, and managed to hold it through.
All right, we are getting ready for the girls Division 5 200-meter freestyle relay. In lane number 1 is going to be the Vancouver Vikings. Lane number 2, the Langley Flippers. Lane 3, the Cloverdale Tritons. Lane number 4, Coquitlam Sharks. Lane number 5, Sydney Piranhas. Lane number 6 is the Nanaimo White Rapids. Lane number 7, we have the Vancouver Super Sharks. And in lane number 8, the Burnaby Mountain Mantas. Swimmers are off and underway. Great reaction times there. Wow, for Cloverdale, a 0.48 in lane number 3. That is a really quick reaction. Early lead in lane number 4, that is the Coquitlam Sharks. They are off the bulkhead and on the second 25 of this 50 meters. They are being chased by a whole host of swimmers, but the closest ones are right beside them in lane number 5, the Sydney Piranhas. The Sydney Piranhas and the Coquitlam Sharks are coming to the wall, and the first handover is done. Coquitlam Sharks in the water, time of 28.77 for that first 50. Really good second jump there. At lane number 8 is Burnaby Mountain. Burnaby Mountain finds themselves trying to get into the second place position, same as in lane number 2. Lane number 2 is the Langley Flippers. They have done their flip and they are on their way in the second 25 of this leg. In the lead in lane number 4, that is the Coquitlam Sharks. They have a sizable lead, but really making a move is the Langley Flippers over in lane number 2. They are comfortably in second place at this time. Third swimmer into the water for the Coquitlam Sharks in lane number 4. Third swimmer's into the water for pretty much everybody else now as well. Second place still being held by lane 2, the Langley Flippers. Everybody is chasing them for a third place position, which looks to be held shared between lanes 3 and 8. Lane number 3 is the Cloverdale Tritons, and lane number 8 is Burnaby Mountain. The Coquitlam Sharks swimmer is ready to hand it over to their last swimmer. Less than 10 meters to go in this 25-meter leg. Coquitlam Sharks have handed over to their final swimmer. Final swimmer on the way for them for lanes 2, 3, and, well, for everybody at this point. Real race right now for the silver and bronze positions in lanes 2, 3, and 7. 2 is Flippers, 3 is Tritons, 7 is the Super Sharks. But the lead is still Coquitlam. They are comfortably in that position. Really good turn by the Sydney Piranhas in lane number 5. Have they ever made up some ground? They are now comfortably in the third place position. The gold medal is going to go to Coquitlam. The silver medal is going to Cloverdale, and the bronze medal going to the Sydney Piranhas, who just at the start of that leg were in about 6th place and moved all the way up into 3rd place. Congratulations to Coquitlam. Congratulations to Cloverdale, and congratulations to the Sydney Piranhas. A great race by all.
Fantastic, and that brings us on to event 252. This is boys Div 5 200 freestyle relay, and we are fielding teams from Sydney Piranhas in lane 1. We have the Vancouver Vikings in lane 2. Burnaby Barracudas in lane 3. Lane 4 is the Coquitlam Sharks. Lane 5, Richmond Kigu. Lane 6 is the Nanaimo White Rapids, and in lane 7 this is the Boundary Bay Bluebacks, and in lane 8 we have the Abbotsford Whalers, and they are off and in the water, and you can see the waves flying outwards from these swimmers. They are absolutely pounding through the water. In first place currently, we are looking at lane 4, and lane 4 are the Coquitlam Sharks. They are comfortably in line, but lanes 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 all shoulder to shoulder, dead even coming in to release that second swimmer. So we now see a little bit bigger wave. Again, Coquitlam Sharks in that lane 4, comfortably ahead of everyone else. Lane 5, which is the Richmond Kigu, they are sitting in a second place, but right on their tail is lane 6 and lane 3. Lane 6 is the Nanaimo White Rapids, and in lane 3 we have the Burnaby Barracudas. The Coquitlam Sharks again maintaining that comfortable lead in lane 4. Richmond Kigu absolutely in second place, coming into the flip turn for their final 25 on the next swimmer. Right behind them, we have in lanes 3 and 6, we have lane 3, Burnaby Barracudas. Lane 6 is the Nanaimo White Rapids. Coquitlam Sharks, swimmer in the water, already halfway along. They are absolutely flying, coming in. Flip turn, they're in their final 25 meters, way ahead. And in lane 5, Richmond Kigu maintaining that second spot. Coming up on them is in lane 6. We have the Nanaimo White Rapids, but Coquitlam Sharks finishing with a time of 1:41.61, smashing the previous record of 1:44.10, which was set last year by the Sharks. So it's a shark eat shark race here.
So it's a gold medal for Coquitlam Sharks, silver medal going to the Kigus, and the bronze medal to the Nanaimo White Rapids. 149.53, 149.70. That was your second and third place times. That is so close, separating the two different colored medals.
Yeah, absolutely. But wow, what a commanding swim by the Coquitlam Sharks, just smashing their previous record. So very well done, gentlemen, and congratulations on your gold medal win. All right, this brings us to event 253. This is girls Div 6 200 freestyle, and they are going in the water. And in lane 1, we have Richmond Kigus. In lane 2, Vancouver Vikings. In lane 3, we have the Revelstoke Aqueducts. Lane 4, we have the Poco Marlins. Lane 5, North Vancouver Cruisers. Lane 6, we have the Burnaby Mountain Mantas. Lane 7, Penticton Pikes. And in lane 8, we have the Cowichan Valley Breakers. All right, and coming up to round out their first 50 meters, in the lead we have lane 3, and this is the Revelstoke Aqueducts, next swimmer in the water, doing a great job. Lane 2 is in second place, and that is the Vancouver Vikings, but shoulder to shoulder with them is lane 4, and that is the Poco Marlins, and they're coming into the wall second for their second swimmer, shoulder to shoulder. Let's see how those flip turns pan out. And a slight edge after that flip turn going to lane 4. So that's the Poco Marlins. So we have in lane 3, Revelstoke Aqueducts. In lane 4, Poco Marlins. And then lane 2, the Vancouver Vikings in the 1-2-3 spot. Still coming in on our next swimmer, we have lane 3 maintaining that fantastic lead. This is Revelstoke Aqueducts. Okay, chasing them down in lane 4. Wow, what a swim. Lane 4, Poco Marlins catching up. What a lead they've been able to track down. And in lane 5 now, North Vancouver Cruisers, they are hungry. They have the next swimmer in the water. Poco Marlins in lane 4 are now in the lead. They are shoulder to shoulder though with lane 3. Those are the Revelstoke Aqueducts. In lane 5, we have the North Vancouver Cruisers in that third place spot, and they are unrelenting. Coming up, this is our final swimmer. This is it, coming into the wall. In lane 4, Poco Marlins are going to take the gold for a 1:54.48. We have the Ducks, Revelstoke Aqueducts in lane 3. They are second place. 1:55.77. And in third, we have North Vancouver Cruisers with a time of 1:57.29. Great job. Really exciting race, watching them chase down the leader and move back and forth in position. I love those races.
Absolutely, it's great when you see the position changes all the time with different swimmers as they go in. We're going to move on now to the boys Division 6 200-meter freestyle relay. Lane number 1 will be the Richmond Kigus. Lane 2, the North Delta Sunfish. Lane 3, Nanaimo White Rapids. Lane 4, Coquitlam Sharks. Lane 5, Poco Marlins. Lane 6, Sydney Piranhas. Lane number 7, Langley Flippers. And lane number 8 is the Mission Marlins. We are into the water. These are the boys of Division 6 swimming very strong, very powerful. Just look at that splashing going on there. So tight as they come up to the bulkhead to make their first turn. Coming off there, too soon to call that lead, but I'd say it's slightly in lane number 4. That is the Coquitlam Sharks team. Their preliminary time was 1:40.86. The meet record is 1:39.38, set way back in 2001, so I'm sure they have their eyes on that prize in addition to the gold medal. They are still in the lead in lane number 4. The Coquitlam Sharks being pushed by lanes 3 and 5. Lane 3 is the Nanaimo White Rapids. Lane 5 is the Poco Marlins. Trying to make a move in lane number 6 is the Sydney Piranhas, but widening that lead. That is the Coquitlam Sharks in lane number 4. Their swimmer just has 2 lanes on his heels, maybe on his toes in lanes 3 and 5. Nanaimo in 3, Poco in 5. Coquitlam Sharks are in with their third swimmer. Poco Marlins are in with their third swimmer. Nanaimo's in with their third swimmer. Everybody's in with their third swimmer. But at the bulkhead already, that is the Coquitlam Sharks. They are making the turn. Next 25 meters is underway, ready to hand it over to their final swimmer. The Coquitlam Sharks ready to come underneath the backstroke flags. 5 meters remaining till they hand over. Let's take a look and see how clean this is. Nice and clean into the water. Lane number 4, the Coquitlam Sharks. They are pushing hard. Second place position being held by lane number 5 is the Poco Marlins. Third place position being held in lane number 3, the Nanaimo White Rapids. Let's see what kind of time is going to happen from the Coquitlam Sharks. I don't think the Poco Marlins are going to catch them. There's just not enough pool left. Is the lane number 6, Sydney Piranhas, is going to catch Nanaimo for the bronze, though. Gold medal time of 1:38.40. That is a new meet record. Congratulations to them. for the gold medal. Silver medal does go to the Poco Marlins in lane number 5, a time of 1:40.33, and the bronze medal goes to the Nanaimo White Rapids, a time of 1:41.64. The records continue to fall, hey?
Wow, what a day.
Absolutely, what a day. And what a day for the Coquitlam Sharks. I mean, that team of all different age groups has just been setting the world on fire. It's just been great, both boys and girls.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. These relays, just saying their name over and over and over in that number 1 spot. They've done very well working together as a team to put together those just blazingly fast times.
Yep, it's a really strong program there run by the Coquitlam Sharks. They have a lot of extremely talented swimmers, and that is showing itself here in the provincial championships. We'll let Ryan take her over here for looks like we have the girls OCAT 2 ready to be whistled into the water.
Yeah, this is event 255, and we're going to have the Sydney Piranhas in lane 1, Squamish Pirates in lane 2. We have the Vancouver Vikings in lane 3, Burnaby Mountain Mantas in lane 4. Lane 5, Squamish Pirates, Port Moody Aquarians in lane 6, Coquitlam Sharks in lane 7, and Rasa from White Rock in lane 8. Just getting ready, a couple organization points here happening on the pool deck, and we should be underway for this event. Should be pretty exciting. Now, the previous record was 151.87. That was set in 2023 by Nanaimo, who are not present during this race. It's the fastest time this morning from these groups was 154.62. But as we've seen today, there's been lots of big changes in the times through these races, so anything is possible.
Absolutely. Yesterday, even during a relay, I mentioned about a team. You know, their seed time was about 5 seconds slower than what the meet record, and I said that's a big ask. Well, they did break the record, so they gave a big answer, right? So they knocked over 5 seconds off of their preliminary time, and they got themselves the meet record. So, you know, potentially it's adrenaline. It's just peaking at the right time, and you know, stranger things have happened. And like I said, it's a big ask. Let's see if there's a big answer in this race.
Absolutely. Not sure on the video feed, but you can see all these swimmers on the pool deck, and it really is impressive to move through. So 8 lanes, 4 swimmers per lane, and then obviously getting the next swimmers lined in and the next race started right away. That's a lot of logistics, but our volunteers have been doing just a bang-up job of moving them through. So here we have our starter. We're in place and ready to go for event 255. This is the OCAT 200 freestyle girls. Boom, and great starts, long streamlines, in they go, and what a close race. Yeah. They're just swimming in a straight line across the pool. Okay, I'm not even going to call this. They're all kind of arriving at the wall at the same time in the first 25. Let's see how those turns pan out. And lane 4, great job putting them in a slight lead. That is the Burnaby Mountain Mantas, but lane 7 looks like they're just about to, maybe overtake them. And that is the Coquitlam Sharks again, just showing up in these relays. And now they are with swimmer number 2 in the water. Lane 7, Coquitlam Sharks taking the lead, or at least sharing it with that lane 4. Those are the Burnaby Mountain Mantas. So coming off the second swimmer on their first 25. We'll see how we're doing, and we're kind of shoulder to shoulder in lanes 4, 5, and the Sharks trailing into that kind of third place, but 4 and 5 are the Burnaby Mountain Mantas and the Squamish Pirates. So Squamish Pirates looking to take that bounty away and chew on that medal. That's clearly motivating them, and they're doing a great job of it. So 4 and 5 again, shoulder to shoulder into the wall on that swimmer. Slight edge to lane 4. That's the Burnaby Mountain Mantas. They did a great turn on the wall there. That's put them nicely into first place. Second place, right on their heels, is lane 5. That's the Squamish Pirates. And a very close third place is lane 6, and that's the Port Moody Aquarians. So here we go. We are coming into the wall in lane 4. We have the Burnaby Mountain Mantas Great job. Our timers are up and out of their seats. Burnaby Mountain Mantas in lane 4 in first place, but right on their heels and catching up is lane 5, the Squamish Pirates, looking to steal that bounty. Are they going to? No, they will get second. In lane 6, we have third place, and that is the Port Moody Aquarians. And we can see these times as they pop up. I'm not going to try and read because it's going to change on me.
152.56 for Burnaby Mountain in first place, 152.96 for Squamish and for the silver medal, and 155.07 for Port Moody to get the bronze medal. 152.56. Man, they took easily 2 seconds off of their seat time from this morning. They almost gave us a big answer, but they gave us a medium-sized answer. But that answer was a gold medal. So, great for them. It means we're going to move on now for the boys OCAT 200-meter freestyle relay. In lane number 1 is Campbell River Salmon Kings. Lane 2, Agassiz Harrison. Lane number 3, Port Moody. Lane 4, Burnaby Barracudas. Lane 5, North Delta Sunfish. Lane 6, the Surrey Sea Lions. Lane 7, the Penticton Pikes. And lane number 8 is those Squamish Pirates. Early lead in lane number 4 is the Burnaby Barracudas. They set a new meet record this morning. Previous record was 140.97. Well, they did a 140.60. Burnaby Mountain Mantas set that in 2019. So here 5 years later, the Barracudas set a new record during preliminaries. They are holding on to first place in lane number 4. Burnaby Barracudas into the water with their second swimmer. Second swimmer's in for a lot of teams now. Really strong underwater in lane number 5 by the North Delta Sunfish. Into the wall, the lead team is still lane number 4, the Burnaby Barracudas. They are on to the second 25 of the second swimmer. Really good underwater over in lane number 2 by Agassiz Harrison, but holding on to that second place. Moving up into second place is lane number 6. That is the Surrey Sea Lions. Surrey Sea Lions have moved into second place, but they have dove in simultaneously with the North Delta Sunfish in lane number 5. Sunfish in lane number 5, and a strong handover by Port Moody in lane number 3. Is that going to find them in the second place position? Still holding on to first place is the Burnaby Barracudas in lane number 4. They are just moving along here, ready to hand over to their final swimmer. Burnaby Barracudas handing over to their final swimmer in a split time of 1:14.86 after the third swimmer. Our final swimmers are into the water in lanes 2 and 5 as well. Lane 2, Agassiz Harrison. Lane 5, the North Delta Sunfish. It is Burnaby Barracudas off the bulkhead, final 25 meters. They are on the home stretch. They are on their way to a gold medal. Are they on their way to breaking the record they set this morning? The real battle is going to be for the silver and the bronze. Gold medal goes to the Barracudas at a time of 1:39.41. They did break what they did this morning. Silver medal goes to North Delta in lane number 5, and the bronze medal going to Agassiz Harrison in lane number 2.
All right, great race. And that brings us into event 257. And this is going to be our girls Div 7 200 freestyle relay. Now, starting off in lane 1, we have the Nanaimo White Rapids. In lane 2, we have Vancouver Super Sharks. Lane 3, Mission Marlins. Lane 4, Sydney Piranhas. Lane 5, Abbotsford Whalers. 6 is Ladner Stingrays. Lane 7, the Poca Marlins. And lane 8, the Revelstoke Aqueducts. And they are off. Great streamlines, and again, straight across. It just shows how competitive this Provincials meet is. They are just absolutely grinding to get those wins, and we see them just swimming their hearts out. Here we are, again, straight across, even after the turn, very even. Lanes 1, 2, 4, 5. Lane 5 looks like it's in the number 1 spot. Lane 4 in number 2. Lane 7 and lane 2 are neck and neck coming into our next swimmer. Next swimmer's in the water for 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. And here we are in the lead. Lane 4, that is our Sydney Piranhas. Lane 5 is the Abbotsford Whalers. And lane 3 is the Mission Marlins. But lane 3 is really working against lane 2, the Vancouver Super Sharks. They are shoulder to shoulder, as is lane 7. They are making them work for it. Lane 7 catching up and getting some ground into the next swimmer. Wow, shot out of a cannon. Lane 4 is the Sydney Piranhas. They are in the lead, decisively in the lead. Lanes 3 and lanes 5, that is the Mission Marlins and the Abbotsford Whalers are battling it out for that second and third place. Right? But in lane 7, we have a challenge. So coming into the wall, final, we have lane 4, lane 5, lane 4, lane 3, and lane 5. So lane 4, that is our Sydney Piranhas at a time of 1:53.58. Mission Marlins, lane 3, and lane 5, Abbotsford Whalers. Very nice job. So 1:53.58 for the win, 1:55.15 for silver. Great job, ladies.
All right, that means it's time to bring on the boys. Division 7 200-meter freestyle relay. In lane number 1 will be the Sydney Piranhas A team. Lane number 2, the Oak Bay Orcas. Lane number 3, White Rock. Lane number 4 is Coquitlam B. Lane number 5, Vancouver Vikings. Lane number 6, Poco Marlins. Lane number 7, Cloverdale Tritons. And lane number 8 is the North Shore Winter Club. And into the water they go. The gentlemen of Division 7, the boys Division 7 are underway. As Ryan has mentioned so many times, it's just a straight line across here, basically between lanes 6, 5, 4, and 3. 6, the Poco Marlins, 5, the Vikings, 4, the Coquitlam, and lane number 3 is White Rock. Early lead in lane number 6, that is the Poco Marlins. They are being chased hard by everybody else. Let's see how the handover is here. Really good handover in lane, excuse me, lane 6 and 5. Poco Marlins in 6, Vancouver Vikings in 5. The Vikings in 5 have overtaken first place off the bulkhead and making the turn on the final 25 meters. Really good turn there by the second swimmer for the Vancouver Vikings. They are widening their lead. They are widening their lead considerably. Let's see how the handover is here. Really clean. Third swimmers are into the water. Lane number 5 still holding on to the lead, the Vancouver Vikings, but being pushed hard in lanes 4 and 6. Lane number 4 is the Coquitlam Sharks. Lane number 6 is the Poco Marlins. Off the bulkhead, still holding on to the lead, that is the Vancouver Vikings, but a great turn in lane number 4 for the Coquitlam Sharks. Coquitlam Sharks are making up some space on the Vancouver Vikings. The Vikings lead is not what it used to be. The old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be, and they've done their handover, and the Vancouver Vikings are still in the lead. But right nipping at the heels, hard swim in lane number 4 from the Coquitlam Sharks. Coquitlam Sharks want more medals. They haven't had enough yet. Coming on in, this is the Vancouver Vikings still holding on to the lead. They were the second seed, but they are holding on to first place. Coquitlam Sharks trying to gain some ground. Really close battle for the bronze medal as well. Gold is going to the Vikings, time of 1:41.72. Silver goes to Coquitlam, time of 1:42.61. And the bronze goes to Rasa, time of 1:44.28. Barely beating out Poco Marlins at 1:44.42. So we got the Vikings, Coquitlam, and Rasa, gold, silver, and bronze.
Wow, what an inspiring finish that was. They were swimming so hard. The waves coming off of these swimmers was impressive. I doubt the video feed really truly did it justice in terms of how much water and how fast they were moving. It was impressive.
Well, and just the noise from the water, it's a deep sound, right? It's not just light splashing. Like it's a pounding of the water that you can almost hear from when you get into these older swimmers. Just so impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of impressive, we are about to be impressed by event 259, girls OCAT Div 8 200 freestyle. In lane 1, Squamish Pirates. In lane 2, North Delta Sunfish. In lane 3, we have the Burnaby Barracudas. Lane 4, Coquitlam Sharks, showing again. Lane 5, Vancouver Vikings. Lane 6, Grand Forks Piranhas. In lane 7, we have the Nelson Neptunes. And in lane 8, we have the Oak Bay Orcas. We have our first swimmers in the water, and slight edge in lane 4, and that is the Coquitlam Sharks. Surprise, surprise. Lane 5, Vancouver Vikings. A lot of rivalry there. Lane 6 and lane 1 are both battling. That is, lane 6 is the Grand Forks Piranhas, and lane 1 was the Squamish Pirates. They are fighting very neck and neck. Lane 4 still maintaining that lead, coming off of the wall, finishing off the last 25 for the next swimmer. Right behind them, in lane 5, we have the Vancouver Vikings. And very close, lane 6 is in third place, and that is the Grand Forks Piranhas, but they are chased very quickly by lane 1, the Squamish Pirates. Okay, next swimmer coming into their finishing up their first 25. Same thing, lane 4, Coquitlam Sharks. Counting it out, lane 5, Vancouver Vikings, right on their heels, making them work for it. A big push, though, from lane 3. Here we have the Burnaby Barracuda saying, no, I want that silver medal. I'm going to come for silver or gold for 2 after. right? Lanes 1, 6, and 7 battling for the next spots. That's the Squamish Pirates, the Grand Forks Piranhas, and the Nelson Neptunes. We are now into our final swimmer, coming in to finish up their 25, doing their flip turn. Boom, off the wall. We still have the Coquitlam Sharks in the lead, making them work for it. Vancouver Vikings. And in third place, in lane 3, we have Burnaby Barracudas. It looks like they're going to maintain that, but lane 7 is edging so closely. And yes, it is going to be the Coquitlam Sharks for the win. Vancouver Vikings in second place, and in third place, we're going to have a Burnaby Barracudas.
That's a great race. Coquitlam, the Vikings, and Burnaby. 1, 2, 3, gold, silver, and bronze. We'll get these swimmers out of the pool, and we're going to move on to our final race of the day. This will be the boys Division 8 200-meter freestyle relay. In lane number 1 will be the Nanaimo White Rapids. Lane number 2, Squamish Pirates. Lane number 3, Haney Neptunes. Lane 4, Mission Marlins. Lane 5, Burnaby Barracudas. Lane number 6 is Port Moody. Lane 7, the Coquitlam Sharks. And lane number 8 is the Oak Bay Orcas. And into the water we go with the final race of the day. Early lead is their top seed, lane number 4. That is the Mission Marlins. They have completed 25 meters of the 50-meter first portion already and are on the way home. Still with the lead in lane number 4, the top seed, the Mission Marlins, being pushed hard by lanes 2 and 5. Lane number 2 is Squamish. Lane number 5 is Burnaby. Second swimmer into the water for our leaders, the Mission Marlins, followed by the lane number 5. Great jump off the blocks by Burnaby in lane number 5. They are looking to overtake first place position, as is lane number 2. That is the Squamish Pirates. Coming out of the turn, still in the lead. That's lane 4, the Mission Marlins. They are being pushed really hard by lanes 2, 3, and 5. Lane number 5, Burnaby. 3, Haney. 2, Squamish. Moving on now, our third swimmers are into the water for the leaders. The leader still is Mission from the start. They are still holding on to it, but it's a precarious hold they have on this. It's a fingertip hold. They're making the turn off of the bulkhead. 25 meters for the third swimmers remaining. Overtaking the lead potentially here is lane number 3 for the Haney Neptunes. Yes, indeed. The Haney Neptunes now have an ever so slight lead, handing over to the final swimmer. Let's see what these final swimmers can do. Did they save their best swimmers for the last leg? Haney Neptunes in 3, Mission Marlins in 4, Burnaby in lane 5. Taking the lead back is the Mission Marlins in lane number 4, coming out of the turn off the bulkhead. A great turn by the Mission swimmer. I believe that's Ethan Jones in lane number 4. He's bringing home the gold for the Mission Marlins, coming in with a time of 1:36.82 for the gold medal. Silver medal goes to Burnaby in lane number 5 with a 1:39 flat, and Haney comes in for the bronze medal, a time of 1:39.60. All swimmers are in. That means day 2 of the BCSSA 2024 Provincial Championships is complete and in the books here at the UBC Athletics Center. I'd like to give a huge thanks to my co-pilot here, Ryan Sinden, for joining me on this broadcast. Hey, make a note in the comments if you'd like him to return, because I think he did a bang-up job. And I think he should be joining me in a lot of future broadcasts. That way you people, everybody out there, you don't get sick of my voice. Ryan's got a great voice for this, and I think he really caught his stride there as the broadcast went along. So thanks very much for joining me, Ryan.
Oh, thanks, Glenn. Amazing example, and I love the energy. And my gosh, what a day! Very easy to get into it. Seeing all these records fall, we see a lot of heavy breathing athletes. They're swimming so hard, so just impressive and great to be able to have this vantage point. I hope everybody at home was able to enjoy the feed and have as much fun as we did watching these swimmers throw down.
It's great fun. So I know that through the evening, a lot of the swimmers will go back and watch their races. But everybody out there, make sure you share the link for everybody. And I want to give one other shout out. If you go to the BCSSA website to the provincial meet package, there's a QR code for our 50-50. It's up over $2,000. You can purchase online. You don't need to be on site to buy a ticket in the 50-50, and that will be drawn at noon tomorrow. So get your 50-50 tickets purchased as well. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll join you again tomorrow. The live stream for the seniors and juniors pool will be in both pools for preliminaries. No audio for that, no play-by-play. Play-by-play will be for finals tomorrow afternoon. Thanks, everybody, and have a great evening.
Good night.